The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation. The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
Just kidding, guys. I hope we got you. I hope that you guys thought that was going to be the #1 book again.
It is the #1 book. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it is the #1 book.
3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks in a row.
So for those of you guys that don't know, one of the hottest books in the speculation market over the last, probably 2 months, Tales of the Bizarre #8 has been being talked about. And did you hear about all this, Stein? Do you know about this yet?
I was reading Joe's Instagrams, and I jumped and watched a little bit of your guys' show the other day or last week.
Oh, bro, this is so crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, and then somebody contact the publisher directly, and they're like, "We don't know who it is."
Yes, multiple people published the director, and not only do they say we don't know who it is, they're like, we like it, so we're gonna continue with it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they don't care.
Brian's Comic Garage says Red Hood ruined it before I could sell.
That's
why you throw it on. That's why you throw it on eBay and let someone else that doesn't watch this.
Keep that shit. Keep that shit, man. Hold that shit. Don't put it off onto somebody else. Give it away.
Let me ask you this though, because
I know what you're going to ask.
What am I going to ask?
Is it still worth money?
No. Well, no. Let's just skew this slightly.
Is it still popular? It's still popular, but I don't think it should be worth $200.
None of us are. I wouldn't say none of us. A lot of us aren't really reading the interiors.
No.
How do we know that the interiors are not AI? Like all the dialogue.
Well, DC got caught doing that, remember? And they had to stop the 2 issues because it got found out, I think. And then Matina got no, it didn't get found out.
I'm not talking about the art though. I'm talking about the
stories.
Dialogue. Yeah, the stories.
But they've done books like that already, like the Abolition of Man, right?
Where they at least came out and said off the rip that it's AI. What Stein's saying is that there could be some writers out there who might be, putting in.
ChatGPT.
Think about it. I mean, professors are having. I mean, I can't imagine being a college professor trying to grade an essay that people, unless they write it like in front of them. I mean, how would you be able to tell?
Don't give any homework.
the only way that
oral exams.
I've heard some professors will have said that they basically will add something in the instructions that is not AI detected, and so if anybody copies and pastes it, the AI won't pick it up, and like it'll have like some instruction like use the word Batman in your story or something like that, and the Batman shows up in the paper where people are just copying and pasting and they don't see it, and then the professor knows then that they used AI. But I mean, honestly, we literally ignore the interior, like the writing at all, but who's to say that half of that writing isn't AI generated?
Man, I hope not.
That's why the writing's so bad.
Man. I know. What the fuck, man?
Could you tell?
That's a good
it's
question.
Getting harder to tell. It's getting harder to tell more and more every day, right? That
could you tell if a book was written by AI? Could you tell?
I don't know. That's a great question, dude.
I don't think you could. We can barely tell with art, let alone words that have that are just words.
Especially, I don't read that good, so I don't know if I could tell.
Well, I mean, you can kind of like, I'll use eBay description as an example, right? Because you can use the AI description nowadays, right? And then you can tell when someone's using it, because they all kind of had that same kind of formula where it's like, this is a collector's item that everyone must have in their collection, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
and then
except
it just
for so like my work, like they incorporate it in the emails that we send out now, so they sound more professional. And like sometimes when I type my email, it shows me an AI generated one based on what I just typed, and it tries to rephrase stuff, and I don't ever use it because I don't like the idea of it. But when I'm sitting there reading the AI generated version of it, I'm like, I wouldn't know that was AI generated. It sounds like some guy. It's really no different than like reading it. I'm like, this is what like most of the people on TV sound like. Who's to say that they're not AI generated? Like all the teleprompters. Why is that stuff AI generated too?
Who's to say we're not AI generated?
Yeah, man. It's a mystery wrapped in a riddle inside an enigma.
Yeah. Well, what I will say is I think we did a good job. You did a good job talking about it on the show the other night. And for those out there that don't know what I'm talking about, I'm just going to play this real quick and then we'll get into the Whoa/Blow book of the week.
We found him.
Yeah. Chat GPT.
We found Zaf.
Really?
So DT from the artist known as There You Go GT.
Yep.
He contacted the publisher, and they don't know who the artist is. They found him on Fiverr.
Are you kidding
me?
Where
they generate AI art, bro. They don't know if it's a girl or a boy, but they like the art, and so they chose the art.
Unreal, bro.
It's straight up from Fiverr.
Oh, no.
Straight up from Fiverr, bro. Go on the one with right under Don't Buy.
This one right
No,
here.
not that one.
Yeah.
Ding dong. I got you. I got you, mama. I got you.
Ding dong.
Motherfucker. Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Oh,
don't fuck with my hobby, bro.
Oh.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
No. I still want one.
No, you don't, dude. I'll make you one.
I want him to sign it for me.
With a digital imprint.
He does it with a QR code. That'd actually be pretty funny.
Let me tell you, it's motherfuckers like these that are hurting artists, and artists work hard, they get paid shit, and the audacity for a publisher to go out and get on a fucking and basically hire a guy from overseas to create this image, and basically it's not so much AI generated. He stole this image and then messed with it. Look at that. Perfect, mama. I got you. All too easy. You can buy it for $14 for Alice Eve. At idposter.com.
Oh yeah, right there. Look at that.
Got you, mama.
Damn, that hurts, man. And they would have not got caught had it been for them damn Redhood people out there. So you asked where it was from, Stein? Alice of Eve.
No, Alice of E?
Alice of Eve. EVE. Like Adam and Eve.
Oh, I thought it was like the actress Alice Eve.
No. Maybe. I don't know.
So what I did, I took that image from Tales of the Bazaar and I flipped the image, and then I Googled lensed it and other things, and then it led me to this image here. And then I took that image and then I superimposed it with another tool, and it matched. And so you can see the digital numbers where it says 100%, 90%, where dead solid perfect.
So my question is, how long have you been working as Zaf at Fiverr as GS20 Studios?
Oh, well, shit. I wouldn't tell on myself if it was me.
Wow,
You know?
maybe that is
So-
Alice Eve Stein. I just didn't know that that was the
that
name
is
of an
so
actress.
fucking lazy, dude. Lazy. You know, and then just to be so complicit. I don't know, man. It was just some picture we found on the fucking net.
Yeah. Yeah. I still want the book. Like I said, I still want it. I don't want it for
the
200
other books
bucks,
coming
though.
out, dude.
I
are
know,
fucking
dude. It's gonna be
AI
crazy to
rich,
see what
bro.
happens with that. We'll keep our eye on it. So, anyways, you guys, this is the type of stuff you can come and hang out on Beyond Wednesdays on Saturday nights, and check out. And then Saturday nights is just a hangout. We just hang out and we shoot the shit for the most part. Talk about this type of stuff. Talk about drama and all kinds of good stuff. So you can come do that tomorrow night, Modern Comic Mayhem, Beyond Wednesdays. We will see you there. All right, you ready to get in this? I got the Woe/Blow books of the week. Whoa. Yeah, that is whoa.
Bro, that's fucking creepy, dude.
Ugh.
Who found this book, dude? Now I can't unsee that shit, dude.
Yeah, I was looking.
Oh.
I figured it was like Halloween time, so I thought maybe like some kind of horror book or something.
Mm.
And I
Bro,
don't know how
that's
this.
fucking scary, bro.
Yeah, I don't know how this popped up. I don't even know what this is. I've never heard of this. I don't even know what.
Well, now I have to know how you stumbled upon it at this point.
Who knows? It's probably AI too. You know what? I'm just going to say every book on the list tonight is AI generated. So,
Oh, so ChatGPT is writing the hot 10 list now too.
yep. Hey, might as well, right?
Been that
Hey,
way
that's how
for
I get
weeks
by my-
now, bro. Months.
That's how I do my buy the dip books. Like
we pick
I
the
can't-
books
I
we
can't-
want to pump, and we push it into ChatGPT. Hey, give us something to say about this book, like if we didn't want to pump it, but still make it good. Yeah.
Of course.
Does anybody have any clue, any idea what this book is? Or
No, it's
Duh,
scary.
that's-
Like,
That's why I
Jesus.
say
Against
we should
fire.
talk about it. I have a stack of them, so we can sell them.
sweet.
Fucking
Yeah, I
have
don't
no
know if
idea
it's
You guys
the
like?
woe
Do
or
you
the
like? Do you guys
blow.
like this?
Yeah,
I
it's
like
good.
the cover. That's why I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like it's super graphic.
The trade dress is dope.
Yeah, it has me intrigued to find out what's on the interiors. Because I guess I can already see what the guts look like.
Don't worry, everybody. This will be on the Hot 10 next week.
Gaga.
Yeah. Speaking of caca. Oh, that blows.
Got the blow book, bro.
Blows. Hold on. I got the blow book of the week. Okay.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, I got the blow book of the week.
The woe
Is
is
it-
also the blow. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not gonna say who it is or where it's from, but this is the blow book of the week.
Oh,
I can't
is
believe
that?
they made this image of Harley Quinn.
Does that say Natina?
I
What the
don't
fuck
know.
does
I'm
that
not.
say?
I don't want to put anything out there other than oof, oof.
Bro, that says Natina.
is this like a tribute to like Chris Farley or something?
I don't. Well, hey, see, I had to be told who it is. That's supposed to be Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, but isn't
Maybe
the
if you
title of
hold
this book? Isn't this
hold on,
on a Harley Quinn cover? If
okay,
I'm not mistaken.
now I see how it looks like Joaquin Phoenix.
It's his eyes.
Oh gosh, dude. Oh,
God, that sucks.
that's the way it is sometimes, my friend. That's the way it is.
Sorry, Natina.
Yeah,
We don't like your art.
not
Bolsey
that
is
one.
saying
Just not that one.
Bolsey's saying that's not real. So how do you know it's not real?
Hold it, this isn't a real cover?
I
It's
don't know.
100% a real cover.
Yeah, because isn't it a New York City Comic Con book?
Yeah, this is a new variant that's coming out.
Hold it, this is a New York Comic Con exclusive?
Yeah, I think so.
Bro, I would be embarrassed, bro, if I took something like this to New York Comic Con. Are you fucking serious, dude?
Oh, I'd be so bad.
Like, go kill yourself if this is your book, bro.
No, don't do that.
I'd be so mad.
Don't do that. Only in fucking Minecraft. Disavow.
Hold it, is this a DC book?
I don't know what it is.
Or is this like one of those like Winnie the
I know what it is, but I don't want to say what it is.
What is it? Come on.
I don't want to give anybody any hate.
I'm pretty sure it's on one of the Harley Quinn books.
Yeah.
Like, can you at least say that? Like, confirm that?
It's on a tidal wave book.
Oh, it's on a tidal wave?
It's on a tidal wave book, I believe.
Okay.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
Hey, the teeth look real.
It's because it's AI.
Probably.
Oh. Anyways, let's get to Buy the Dip. Oof. One Punch Man Free Comic Book Day is back on Buy the Dip. I feel like this book has been on Buy the Dip the most since we've been doing Buy the Dip. Or am I wrong about that?
I don't know. Did I cover this before already? Recently?
I don't.
I couldn't remember.
Dude, we books come back on the Buy the Dip all the time. That's the point of it. Yeah. But I feel like this book is one of those ones that does this.
Right, and the waves are pretty extreme too.
Yes.
This recently had a low sell of $230 in the CGC 9.8. I mean, I know Stein's feeling about first appearances on Free Comic Book Day books, but I don't think there's any other One Punch Man or My Hero Academia in comics. I think it's just only in like manga and everything. But in 2024, this had an all-time high sell of $438. The 2024 low is $199. 90-day average being at $227. And this had an all-time high of $556.
Wow.
But I think it's because we always get those teases about a live action One Punch Man, being optioned. I have no idea if that's true or not. I mean, I know this anime has a cult following, but I feel like people should be like leaning more towards this because of the My Hero Academia part that has a way bigger following than One Punch Man. It's just such a popular anime that it's hard for me to believe that they're not going to do something with that property other than just the anime. Like, One Piece is picking up. Like, they're finally starting to do a good transition into anime into live action. I think that's going to start picking up more steam throughout the years.
It's Free Comic Book Day book. That's Stein's kryptonite. Stein's kryptonite.
Well, show me more comics for each of these, please, instead of just anime manga.
Yeah. Moving on to our next Buy the Dip book, Last Ronin, issue number 1. Another one that does the all these Buy the Dips do that. Spec is cyclical, man.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't heard much about the Last Ronin video game.
Or
I know
the
there were rumors. There were rumors about a show, right?
Yeah, it's happening.
So I haven't
happening.
Heard anything.
Gritty.
Yeah, so I haven't heard anything recently. I get this book also has a ton of 9.9s and 10 as well for being that prestige format. But in a 9.8, this recently had a low sell of 195. So far this year, it has hit its all-time high of 383. I'm imagining that's like more towards like when confirmation of a show coming down the pipeline. This did have a low sell of $100 in the 9.8 this year, so
I'd be
that's
all
something
over that.
Yeah,
That's a nice
And
$100 spec play. This is gonna blow up once previews for the show start dropping. I think they showed off like what they want the style, want it to look like too. Go ahead, Yee. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah, no worries. This has a 90-day average of 246. Very said what the all-time high was, but this has had an all-time low of $70 as well. But I imagine that, you know, with 53 different covers to choose from, I just went with the classic cover A because that's what a lot of people will gravitate towards, no matter what the cover looks like, whether it's good, bad, whatever. It's always that standard, like in everyone's mindset. I have to have issue 1, cover A, first print, or it doesn't matter, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's a good cover. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, you have a lot of choices.
There's a lot of good, choices for this one to pick up. So you're right about that. I'm trying to find. There was like an image that they showed, I think somewhere there was floating around there, of how they wanted the book or the show to look, and it looks badass. So, anyways, By the Dip has moved to Sunday nights. What time are you guys going at Sundays?
We haven't locked down a time because of the Dodgers being in the playoffs right now.
Dodgers, Mets. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So once baseball season cools down, I'm sure Richie and I will pin down the time. He's busy, you know, full-time working now, so it's understandable.
Yep.
And I'll try to keep the content going as much as I can. If anything, if he can't make it, I will do like a review of all the books that I've covered over the last like month or something like that.
Dope. Super cool. Yeah. Make sure you guys go check it out. They got all kinds of extra By the Dips that you guys can check out and find out information of, stuff to keep your eye on. Very good information right now, especially. Let's move on to the Almost 10.
Almost 10.
So Stein,
and real quick to answer, yeah, we're not going to go on the same time as Hot Bach Alert. So I definitely do respect Mercenaut's time and stuff like that. So we try to shoot after.
These are all over the place, Stein, just because I didn't put them in order as I made them. So I'll let you know what they are. Starting off, Night of the Slashers, #1. This is the Robert Hack variant. That is probably the best VHS variant I've ever seen.
This one is so good, and this one, every time I see Robert Hack, I think of Dino because Dino.
Speaking of
Robert Hack.
Hot Book Alert,
yeah, I love this. Love this cover. It's only a 1 in 5, which I think is what it was. It's a very strange, like some of these small publishers, they just do really, really small variants, but every single book, look, that's AI. That's AI.
Yeah.
We're all going to be questioning everything. But yeah, I agree, Brian. I like this one a lot. I think Hack's got a style to him that fits this type of a title really well. Kind of like when he did whatever that Archie horror series and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of fits.
Plus,
it's only like $10, but I would think this one's got to be hard to find.
I love how the tape is sliding out of the holder too. Like you don't see that ever on any other variants that I can think of. And I just haven't seen if it's out there. But
like the VHS covers or whatever.
Yeah.
Or boxes.
Yeah.
Or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, it's sliding out of the box. Yep.
Yeah.
So I think that's dope. But yeah, you're probably right. It's probably tough to come by, dude. Probably not very many of them made. So Magma Comics came out last week, this week. So
Magma.
Liquid
It's like
hot
Dr. Evil.
mad.
And he got burned by the magma.
Moving on. The Young Nomads, issue number 1, another book that came out this week. This is another cool 1 in 5 from Bill Sienkiewicz. That is awesome. And another small publisher, Battle Quest Comics.
Bro, that looks like Bill and Ted's, dude. Doesn't that
Right?
look like Keanu, bro?
It does.
Yes.
I can't. You know what's funny is I kept looking at this thinking, what the dude on the left looks familiar, and I couldn't. It was not hitting until you said
Rock
Bill and
on.
Ted. Like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, again, it's having these really well-known, sought-after artists do these books for these really micro publishers. I think is a good idea. Like, you know, even if I honestly, if I was the publisher, I'm not even sure that I would like maybe advertise. Like, if you're doing it on the first issue, like, wouldn't even necessarily advertise it. And then people would be like, oh man, it would stir a lot of hype for your book. And then maybe like issue 2 and 3 would basically then completely sell out because people are like, oh, now people know the title. And now, you know, kind of like, you know, we always go for number 2 variants. We go for number 3 variants. But yeah, I think having Sienkiewicz doing this is pretty cool.
Yep. I love it. How much is this one selling for?
This one's like 15.
Not bad.
His booth was interesting at San Diego. It wasn't like a typical like artist booth. Like he had prints on the wall, and it kind of imagined like an Alex Ross like on a corner of end of a hallway.
It's funny you say that because both Alex Ross and Bill Sienkiewicz are repped by the same people. So shout out to Sal.
Okay, so it's like
Chris
a mini.
Rupp.
It's
Yeah.
It looks like a mini scale. I mean, Alex Ross is obviously huge.
One of my favorite guests of a podcast, a comic book podcast ever that I've been trying to get on for a long time, that eventually I'll get on, is Sal Abinati. You guys know who he is. He wrote Atomica, that book of Atomica. Anyways, there was an old school podcast called Comic Book Geek Speak. That was one of the very first podcasts ever. And I used to listen to it when I would work, and he was the funniest guest on there in the world. Fucking hilarious. And he works with Alex Ross. He's the one that's doing the Kingdom Come Kickstarter right now. So go check that out. Yeah, that's badass. Anyways, moving on. Next, we have Lilo and Stitch, issue number 5. This is a special Nathan Zerdy Halloween variant. It's from Dynamite Comics, and you can only get this, I believe, from Zerdy himself, right? Is that correct?
I think it was sold on Whatnot.
On Whatnot? Wow. This is all I could find right here.
Oh, so you didn't have to trick or treat at his house to get this?
Yeah.
How cool would that be? Oh,
that would be cool.
Actually, that would up like someone's game. Like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, that would be super cool.
Man, that if I was an artist, which I'm not, but if I was, I would totally do that.
Yeah.
Redhood's gonna start handing out his own bootleg Zaf comics.
Hey, bro, you know what I do? I hand out ramen noodles and canned goods so that kids don't come to my house, dude. You know what I mean?
You get egged?
Serious?
You get egged I would egg the hell out of your house if you did that to me as a kid.
So like my wife got pissed off at me. She found out what I was doing. So now
you give out king size candy bars.
It's a true fucking story, dude. Now I have to be Mr. Ambassador Halloween and shit like that. So I get to take my nieces trick-or-treating as punishment, and I have to dress up, and I'm not going to tell y'all what I got to dress up as.
When I was a kid, we were terrors, man. We would take pockets full of pennies with us, and if anybody gave us pennies and apples, we would throw like 5 or 6 pennies at their garage door as we were walking away, and just go bam, like hit the garage door. If you gave out like shitty something, you were getting egged later that night. We were terrors, dude.
Johnny Galindo, bro. Oh my God! If I would have seen that a couple of years ago. Toothbrushes and dental floss, bro.
Nice.
Jesus.
You know what's really funny? You know what's really funny is the other day we were watching The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and like we were watching that, and the thing was, it's like 60 years old, and we were sitting there watching that and thinking, man, Charlie Brown literally he got a rock in every single house he went to, like, and it was just brutal to watch poor little Charlie Brown just get a rock. Like the people were really mean. The older adults were mean to him. Like,
why is everyone picking on me?
Hey, it was crazy. But no, do you guys like this book?
I like it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Jack-o'-lanterns, trick or treat,
Yeah,
Halloween. Yeah, it's a good book.
Man.
$60 though.
What?
Oh, I don't like it for that much. No.
No.
Man,
Is
that's
it
a hard
out
pass
the
for me,
gate?
man.
Out the gate, or is it what it's selling for on the secondary market?
I don't know what it sold for. I have no idea.
This fucking book better glow in the dark, dude. You know what I mean?
See, it started on the secondary market, so it's hard to gauge. Like, you know what I mean?
It
Like
is.
when with these books that like are whatnot exclusive, right? And then the artist is dropping them. Obviously it's going to get 100 people watching the show at least, depending on how popular the artist. So I think it's a really easy kind of gauge, like when copies start showing up on eBay, right? To see what they go for at that point.
Yep.
So
I mean, because it's hard to track data.
Hold on, I'm lost. Did you say that it was selling for that on the secondary market, Stein?
I don't know what it was selling for on whatnot.
Okay, you don't know what it was selling for initially. You saw what it was selling for on eBay.
Correct.
Okay, that makes me feel better. I thought that they were saying $60 out the gate for this thing. You know what I mean? I was like,
it actually sold for 100 on whatnot. No,
yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right, hold on. I want to shout out Ronnie. Big Ronnie.
He's on fire!
Thank you, Ronnie. Shout out to you for becoming a member. I think you just joined the 9.8. Was it 9.8 or 10? The 10. So, no, is it 9.8? Well, 9.
He's at
9.8
level.
Yeah. Shout out to Ronnie. Hope you're doing good, brother. Good to see you. Shout out to everybody in Florida also.
Yeah, man.
I think Ronnie's in Florida too, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn.
But AOA, I hope he's doing good. He was right in the middle of it. A lot of people just got destroyed out there. So shout out to all of them. All right, moving on.
Is AOA okay?
I haven't.
Anybody
here he
here
is. Yep, he just said Woot, Florida. So he's here.
Okay.
We hope you're okay, brother. This cover is fucking amazing. This is Grim Fairy Tales presents Goddess Inc. issue number 1, the Francesco variant. And I used to see this guy at cons so many times and thinking, why is this guy needs to be doing these covers? And they finally started doing the covers of that he's been doing of Marilyn Monroe in 2014, man, a long time ago. But he's been at cons since early 2000s.
Yeah, I've seen this before, and I knew it was sold for like 20, 25, $30 or something like that. But this week it sold for 70.
What?
Yeah, which is a
Man,
lot.
I've got like fucking 3 or 4 of those, dude.
Dude,
No
this
way.
is a hit of a cover.
I'm blaming long short on this one.
Wow.
Is this a long short book?
Yep, this was on the long story short.
Last week?
Not last week. Probably.
You
like
got to start telling us if it was on last week. You know what I mean? Like, because every time you say that it's on long story short, I'm like, last week. I'm thinking last week. So I want to see how quick that shit works. If it works 1 week out, you know what I mean?
From what I've noticed, it's about a month out.
Okay.
So like, I still
That
have all
makes
the
sense.
slides. Yeah, so like I think by the time it trickles down after our show, like sometimes they're instant, or like sometimes I think like Stein and Ben or Long Short saw the same cell. Because they're usually pretty in tune with that. Same with DeVoe.
Is
I
Long
kind of
Short going after market report stuff, or is he just putting up books that he knows are fucking ghosts?
He just puts up books that he knows are ghosts. Like sometimes it's market report books, but like most of the time it's just books that he comes up with, or it's suggestions from the audience or people in the crew. So
good shit.
Hey, Brad, I'm glad you're doing okay, man. I didn't ignore you purposely, even though I should have. But
Is Brad's in Florida too? Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Miami.
Is Miami on the west side or east side?
Miami's on the east.
Okay, so he should be okay, right?
Tip of the east.
Hopefully, everybody that's on the east didn't get fucked up by those tornadoes.
Yeah,
those tornadoes messed up a lot of people. Anyways, how much is this? $70 on this?
Yep.
Damn.
Wow. Is that graded or raw?
Raw. There's not many Grim Fairy Tale books that are graded. Let's be honest,
bro. That is. Ugh.
So
not that anybody ever opens them anyway, but
is that more than one sale, or is that just one sale?
That was one sale, but I think there was a $50 sale as well.
Wow.
Well, see, I've never been to the East Coast other than Baltimore. That's the furthest to the East Coast I've ever been.
Well, Baltimore's pretty far on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only one East Coast. So.
Well, that's the furthest east I've ever been, and the only place on the East Coast I've ever been. So I need to get out there more. Yep.
You've never been to New York, DC,
nope. Toronto.
Florida?
I want to go to all those. Not Toronto. Montreal. I want to go to Toronto. I want to go all over the fucking East Coast.
I miss the East Coast, man. Used to live in Philly and North Carolina.
North Carolina get jacked.
I've never been to Philly before.
Oh, love Philly, man.
Hey, that's where. By the way, while you mentioned North Carolina, I will be gone all next week. So, because I'm going to play golf at Pinehurst in North Carolina. So,
nice.
Yep.
We didn't talk about this. Hey, Brian, can we pause the show real quick, bro?
Hey, where was the invite? I just got my new golf shoes. I need to break them in.
All right, moving on. DC.
I was going to say something, but
DC Universe Legacies, issue number 8. This is the Frank Quitely Dark Side variant that looks like he's got a penis. What was he thinking putting it on there? Did he put that on there for like,
bro?
Did he know he was going to do that?
The answer to all this is yes.
This cover would have been a fucking 10 without that.
I never even. How did I not even pay attention to that?
Yes, right? Disavow. Let's go.
And the perfect timing for someone to drop a super chat, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't get any better than Mrs. Horsecock Express dropping a super chat right now.
Oh my God, dude. Bro.
And look at the picture he's putting.
Hey, bro.
Oh, no.
That's a new god.
No.
Is that a new stand?
The wow.
Oh my God. They're gonna cancel us. We're gonna get canceled, you guys.
Well, if we didn't get canceled from last week,
I
think we have a good. Yeah, I think we've been pretty tamed so far this week.
Yeah.
I'm behaving, bro.
Yeah. How much is this one selling for?
This one sold this week raw for $95, and it had been about like 40, 50, 60, something like that. But so it's basically now to 100.
Bro, you would think that this would be recalled, bro. You know?
I feel like if it was higher, it would be recalled.
From now on, this is going to be called the New Gods Cockbook.
Do you guys think that all the new gods and dark side stuff is going to start to hit is with the new storyline going. It's got to be good, right? It's got to be good. If it's good,
I think it's still too early to tell, right? I think it has to pass that like 5-issue litmus test, right?
I want it to be good. We'll see. Moving on. Darktown issue number 1. This is from Mad Monkey Press, 1995, and it is supposedly the inspiration for Henry Selick's Monkey Bones.
Yeah, I didn't know much about this. I saw a couple sales like within the last 2 weeks, in terrible condition. Like these books were beat, and they sold from anywhere from 60 to 120.
See, that doesn't surprise me, man. This book looks so obscure. It looks expensive. You know what I mean?
Do you remember Monkey Bone?
Yeah, I think I do.
The movie? Was it a movie or
Yeah.
a TV show with Brendan
Was
Fraser?
it a scary movie, right?
No, it was with Brendan Fraser. It was like a comedy. It was really fucking
Monkey
weird.
Bone?
Yeah. Right here. This one. It was really good, dude. Really weird. Bridget Fonda.
It had Chris Kattan in it. It couldn't possibly be good.
It was
Oh, I
good.
remember that.
It was good, dude. I don't know if I think this might be the same thing that it's based on, but I could be wrong.
Hey, dude, Chris Kattan from Night at the Roxbury, bro.
I don't think I know this. I probably should have seen this. This is like a 90s movie, but I just never watched it.
Yeah. How much did this sell for?
60 to 120, and again, is in terrible. Both of them were in terrible shape. This is oversized too, so
Yeah.
that it's going to make it, and it's got that dark purple border around the whole thing.
Some art snob probably bought this thinking it was a Dali or a Picasso or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Not bad. Moving on. This one's badass. And you can see right off the bat why it's a big book. Sonic the Hedgehog issue 146 from Archie in 1993. Big cover of Shadow, right? Shadow, is that his name? Shadow.
Yep.
That's a
where
fucking
it says Shadow right there.
Yeah,
Across
yeah.
Gray dress.
Shadow the Hedgehog. This is a dope cover for the character.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm Sonic 3 is coming out, and it's weird. Last summer we actually watched 1 and 2 like on, I don't know, Amazon Prime or whatever it was, and they were actually they weren't bad. They were fun to watch. Kids loved them.
The second one was the last Jim Carrey movie, right?
No, he's coming back.
Oh, is he coming back?
He's going to be in this one too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Shadow is Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
So, and I can see why people would want this. It's not a first appearance. The first appearance, if I remember right, I had the first appearance in a Stein pack, and I think Laura won it.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
If I remember.
In a 9.8?
No, not a 9.8. 9.8s are like probably $1,500 book. Yeah, it's expensive. But yeah, I mean, it was like mid-grade or something like that. But if I remember right, but yeah, pretty cool on this one.
No Chris Chan reference is allowed. Time him out. No, I'm just joking. This is selling for, is there a newsstand for this?
I believe there is a newsstand for this, but the direct is selling for like 50 raw, and it's strictly cover because, again, this is not a first appearance.
That's a cool book. Very cool book. Moving on. How much was it again?
50.
That's not bad.
No.
Ooh, could you imagine if you found a newsstand?
Yeah.
There's also a very cool, and I don't remember which issue it is. It's like a split screen that has Sonic on one side and Shadow on the other. That's a very cool looking cover as well. So that may be one to look out for if you see it.
Very cool. All right, moving on. Next, we have Star Wars Clone Wars. This is the Cartoon Network promo that they gave out at San Diego Comic-Con in 2003. This is super cool right here. I never heard of this. When you found it, I was like, oh, this is definitely something to do a deep dive on.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
pretty cool.
It reads horizontally. 12-page promotional item that is a collection of sketches from the concepts for the animated series.
Who's that artist? Tarkovsky or
this might be Filoni art in there. You know what I mean?
no? It was when they first launched the Clone Wars. It was from. God,
Oh,
what's
like
the
the
fucking artist's name in the chat? Like Gene
so it's like
Tarkovsky.
Yeah, the
or
guy that
something
did
like
the samurai book
Mm-hmm.
or the samurai cartoon. What was
Yeah.
that?
so it's like the concept art for the cartoon. Is that
No, he did that art for the cartoon, and there was a lot of pushback on it, but like over time, people got used to it.
There you go.
Does it say the artist's name?
Yeah, here's the interiors.
Like Gene something. Gene.
That Kit Fisto episode was awesome. Yeah, I know you're talking about, Hood. That looks like his art.
Yeah, it is.
Mace Windu.
Selden saying Gendy
Tartakovsky.
Tartakovsky.
Gendy Tartakovsky. That's it. Look how badass those clone troopers look.
Yeah. I like the way he drew Yoda. It was pretty
Dirge
cool.
and Asajj Ventress. Asajj Ventress is so badass. Is that like she first appeared in this, right? Or am I wrong about that? Didn't she first appear in Clone Wars?
I thought she was in one of those Rebels magazines or something like that.
Well,
Asajj?
yeah.
I think so. That it was the Clone Wars. I
Yeah.
thought so.
So this would that be her first appearance? If it was a sketchbook from them. Shout out to BB66 for the $4.99 super chat. Yeah, that might be early first appearance. I don't know. Who knows? Star Wars books have dropped in value so much that you basically have to be super rare like this to sell for decent amount.
See, I don't know why like Star Wars books in general, like the
Fluctuate.
Empire Strikes Back books, why would they drop down in price? I would think that all the fucking
Boba
like
Fett.
Adam Driver crap and Daisy Ridley shit, that would be the stuff that's hitting the toilet and all this
like Clone Wars.
Yeah, all this
what like maybe even like partly Rebel stuff.
Yeah, dude, and I'm getting tired of seeing what's her face. What's the chick's name? The Jedi that trained under Anakin. Fucking Ahsoka covers every goddamn month, dude. I'm like sick of looking at her fucking face, dude.
Yeah, I'm with you. I am with
you.
No,
keep on having those like flooding the market because I want to buy a Clone Wars one at a reasonable price.
You can get them at a very reasonable price right now, like $500, dude. In a 9.8.
I should probably be looking into that.
Yeah, they're getting close to that. How much did this sell for, Stein?
This sold for $290.
Woo! That's a lot, man.
$290.
San Diego 2003. So we got to
Wow.
find out if there was anything printed before July of 2003.
Oh, from the Dark Horse first Assange Adventures book. I forget what book it is.
No, any Cartoon
Yeah.
Network stuff. You know what I mean? Or
Oh, okay. Oh,
If
just
it-
in general with the
yeah,
Clone
yeah.
Wars.
yeah. So, anyways,
Yeah, because I
moving
think
on.
that first comic format for Clone Wars was like a graphic novel, but I think it's after.
See, I've grown like really to love this art from back then. I remember I was like, I don't know, and now it's like I really like so when this is something I might want to try and get.
Yeah, 2003 is when that cartoon came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that might be like, well, Mace Windu, Star Wars Jedi Mace Windu came out in 2003 too. So, that's her first appearance in comics. So you got to find out if that Asajj Ventress came out before that Mace Windu, and if that Clone Wars, this sketchbook came out before Mace Windu, then this is her first appearance, or might be her first appearance anywhere. So,
Or would this be like more of a Boom 6 situation? Because it's not really in cartoon panels, this is like concept art of the character.
Hey Tom, what logo fractors? He goes, hey Red Hood, how do you feel about those logo fractors you got? Are
Was
they
it-
worth it?
those
Oh,
tops
he's talking
chrome,
about the ones that I opened,
the tops chrome logo fractors.
the ones that we opened on.
Yeah, those are Aaron's, not mine.
I think the price point per box is pretty high, but that's off topic, so we can talk
Yeah.
about it more tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on, we have one of the best almost 10 books you're ever going to see. Spoof Comics presents issue number 9, an amazing Lobo homage as a female Lobo. A lot of killer covers in this Spoof Comics stuff.
Bro, I thought I had them all. I don't have this one. This one's badass.
Right? Adam Hughes did some covers for Spoof Comics, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Who did this one? Martinez? Who is that?
I don't know who did this. That's a great question. I should have looked.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's weird because where it says Spoof Comics, it looks like that's the publisher. It doesn't look like it. So I feel like it'd be hard to find this maybe in back issues because
It'd be under
I have a
H.
feeling that, I feel like they might put it under H
Yeah,
instead of Spoof Comics.
100% Stein.
It's kind of weird, but
Or under Lobo, maybe.
yeah, it's very strange. But
When I was in Baltimore, I didn't even imagine there was newsstands of Spoof's comics, but I was able to get the newsstand version of almost all the Adam Hughes Spoof Comics one.
Nice.
But there's newsstands out there. There's probably a newsstand of this one.
interesting. $50 to $60 on this one.
That's not bad.
The Hughes don't sell for anywhere close to that high.
Nope. This one's tough to find.
Yeah.
1992. That's not bad.
Plus, with the huge following of Lobo too, you can imagine that this was people wanted this book.
Yeah. It's interesting. By the way, that Mace Windu Jedi came out in February of 2003, so looks like it is still the first appearance. Moving on. It'd probably be tough and high grade for this one too.
I would
Really?
think so.
Yeah.
Oh, Henry Martinez. Thank you, Derek. Man, I was saying Derek knows everything, dude. Motherfucker comes out, he has an answer, dude.
Henry Martinez.
Bro, he's our fact checker.
Moving on to one of the biggest variants in history. Hack/Suicide Girls Annual #1, the Tim Seeley variant. I think me and Yee were at San Diego Comic-Con. We were walking by a booth with King of the Golden State, and the man behind the Red Hood had one of these on his wall, and he wanted $5,000 for it.
Is that the annual?
Yeah.
It was a CGC 98 though.
Yeah, but
as well.
How much did a CGC 98 did this sell for?
So this sold this week at an all-time high. So all-time high of $800 for a 98.
Oh dang! I could have had it for $5,000. Dang it!
I mean, I believe that's what he said, $5,000 when we asked him, right?
Yeah, there's no other, like, you can't get that mixed up.
I want to say it was. I feel like it was like maybe 15.
Oh, okay.
100.
All right.
But I don't recall. It's so long ago.
I mean, so I would say that some people just do that. They put things out there. I mean, I would probably do the same. Yeah. I mean, I would do the same thing with my Baroness book there. It's the only one. If somebody ever was like, oh, I really want to buy that, I would put some, it would be, I mean, nosebleed.
I would say $3,000.
It's a museum piece, right? Where you have it on the wall so people walk up to your booth and buy other stuff. Yep. You know, you just need someone to walk through the door, right?
Maybe he went like 5 and I thought he said 5,000 and he was saying 500. I could be wrong.
I can't remember, to be completely honest.
This is another book. When I see this, I think of, like Dino looking for this book. He was always searching for this, right? Or he had one.
I would pay $500 for this book just because of the scarcity.
Yeah, it's a good book.
Why was this so scarce? I can't remember.
It's a Hack/Suicide Girls Annual. And it's a cover C, so I don't know.
I know, but I mean, like, I mean, $800 is crazy.
Is this that time period when Suicide Girls was like getting under hot water for like
2008?
Was that time period when like there was a lot of mishaps with like the models and stuff like that?
I'm looking. I don't know. Who knows?
You could make a movie, a whole bunch of chicks robbing a bank, and they're called the Suicide Girls, dude. Be a hell of a movie, bro.
Well, Suicide Girls is a company where it's like alternative girls, you know, girls with tattoos and piercings, like basically posing nude.
There's a 9.4 available now for $275. We talked about the cover E. There's an E variant. We talked about that a few months ago, I want to say. All the hack slash books, any hack slash book, it probably has a good variant for it, or two. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They're all good. That was a great time period. Shout out Devil's Due and Josh Blaylock and Tim Seeley.
I have way more hack slash books than I probably realize.
I want the Scotty Young one so bad, dude. The squirrel. I want that one so bad. Mm-hmm. So, shout out to Mark Spears, who's in the chat right now. Mr. Cover Artist Extraordinaire and Interior Artist Extraordinaire on his own series, too. So, killing it. Stick around, brother. Stick around. All right, let's move on. That is the Almost 10, ladies and gentlemen. Come hang out with us tomorrow night. Modern Comic Mayhem Beyond Wednesdays. Also, Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern, I am going to have a massive Whatnot sale. Huge Whatnot sale. There's going to be graded books, raw books, keys, variants, major sale. We're going to be doing 2 sales 2 weeks in a row, and we're going to be doing multiple sales the week of New York Comic Con. So come hang out with me Sunday, Whatnot, and YouTube. We'll be selling books and hanging out, having a good time. So let's move on to the list. Starting off with our Golden Age, honorable mention this week, Wild Magazine issue number 2 from Ace Publishing in 1957. And if you don't think this is a crazy cover, whew.
This
I don't want to hang out with you. Yeah.
So this is right on. This is like right on the border of, and I'm not sure if this is technically Golden Age or if this is already into the Silver Age. It's right on that border, but because it was a magazine, I was like, ugh. But this cover was so crazy that I was like, I've never seen this before.
Here you go, Mark. Here's your next homage. So this is actually pretty crazy because it talks about some major craziness in the Mau Mau rebellion in Africa, which is very crazy story in history. So,
I mean, the fact that, okay, so you got to think like 70 years ago, the fact that they have not only an elderly decapitation, they've got a female decapitation. I mean, honestly, the only thing that they could really do that would be
a kid,
like, it would be Terrifier level, would be a kid decapitation.
Yep.
This is a brutal cover.
Yeah.
I just want to know how the artist knew what Sam Elliott was going to look like in the future.
Yeah, see, and that looks like Faye Dunaway, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the guy on the top, he looks like somebody.
It almost looks like Christian Bale with like the blood splatter, like on the American Psycho.
Yeah, dude.
That's nuts.
It's AI,
It
bro.
would look like on a pike.
Well, it's magazine size too, so I mean, there's probably not very many of them out there in decent
It's the
condition.
first Silver Age AI.
How much did this one sell for?
It was a CGC 6.5, and it sold for 1,000.
Wow.
Damn, dude, there's some crazy killer people out there, dude. What if it's like a serial killer that's buying up these crazy books, bro?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving
Hey,
on.
look, I got the one with the 3 heads. I got it. I got it at a good price.
Hey, it's gonna go behind him on his wall. It's gonna show up on like a YouTube channel, like this person's behind their wall. It's gonna be this book. We'll be like, fucking knew it. The dude's a crazy. Anyways, moving on.
You son of a bitch.
I'm putting it up tomorrow night. Spider-Man Black Suit and Blood, issue number 3, the John Boy Myers Virgin 1 in 100 variant is our honorable mention this week. 1 in 100 is the honorable mention. That means that the list is fire.
Do you like, okay, because I remember the number 2 what was, and I can't remember who the artist was.
Arita, Mitsuhiro Arita.
Yeah. Do you like this one or the number 2 better?
I like the number 2 better,
similar, right?
Yeah, they're very similar. I like the number 2 better, but this is really good, dude. This is really, really good. Maybe it's the background of the number 2 that I like better.
This background is pretty legit.
Yeah, it's great cover. Get the trade dress if you don't want to pay $125 plus. You know what I mean?
The webs look cool too.
Yeah.
So. Was he drunk? Is he drunk? Is that why he's like spinning them all over the place? Like, I mean, seems like you would just shoot in a straight line, right? Not like in a spaghetti.
No, he's got the hand coming out. That was a signature of Michael Turner. Like, if you look at Michael Turner books, like this, a lot of them, the hand was always accentuated in that way. And I don't know if this is a nod to Michael Turner, but it sure feels that way.
Yeah. A lot of Michael Turner out there, man. That's good stuff. All right. $125 plus on this one, came out this week. So not bad. Not bad at all. All right. At number 10, the start of our Absolute Batman talk. Absolute Batman issue number 1, the Jim Lee black and white sketch 1 in 100 this is of course with Scott Williams. This is good cover, not the best cover in my opinion of the lot. Good cover though, and of course he did one for each of the Trinity. This book is so good. It's sold out everywhere. Already got a second print coming. I heard there, obviously there's gonna be a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, but completely sold out. I haven't talked to anybody that didn't say that they at least didn't not like it. You know what I mean? Like some people are like, I'm not as crazy as you are for it, but it's not terrible. I think it's amazing. I think I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that this doesn't turn into like another Zaff type thing where it just takes a shit after the first issue,
Who wrote? I can't remember who was the writer.
Scott Snyder.
Is it Scott Snyder?
Yep, and Nick Dakota's doing the art.
Okay,
it's good, Stein. It's really good, dude.
Is it okay?
I'll send you. Yeah,
I'll trust you. I will. I will try my best to get over to a store and pick one up. But you know me, I never have a chance to. But I might just buy one. I don't know.
It's worth it. It's good shit. So, how much is this one going for?
$130.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad.
I think
All
I like
right.
the Batman.
Jim Lee is a fucking beast.
And there's a ton of them out there because there's a ton of store variants for this book.
I think I like the other Batman 1 in 100 that Jim Lee had.
The one
last
coming
week
out
or 2 weeks ago or whatever.
Yeah, the one where it's over the cityscape. I like that.
Oh
I
yeah,
like
that one's
I
good
like
too, man.
Yeah, I like that one a little bit more.
And that one was
Than
just
this.
as pencils. This one has Scott
The
Williams
inks.
inks on it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
All right. At number 9 this week, Venom issue 38, the Del Auto Virgin 1 in 100. Another big 1 in 100. Another big artist. I feel like there's something with this that like the colors look washed to me. Like the colors don't pop.
I don't like it, dude.
Yeah.
It looks like a charcoal drawing that like he just kind of rushed real quick. And then
And what's up with his hands and feet?
See, that doesn't feel like Delato's art is refined and this just looks like unfinished, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I think of Delato Venom, I think of the
background and
the original store variant, or the one that the
From
store
Frankie's
variant
back in the day. Yeah.
well, no, it was from Simon, wasn't it?
And Frankie's, I think. I think they were all
I don't
together
think-
on it.
Oh,
Sad Lemon?
man,
Was it Sad Lemon? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the one that I think of, which was just unbelievable.
I think I have it.
Yeah, so this one doesn't have that quite as, it doesn't pop as much. But I don't mind the muted colors, to be honest. I think the muted colors actually looks pretty good.
yeah.
It just doesn't look like Delato.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like it's from a sketchbook. Like a charcoal sketchbook or something like that.
Yeah. I agree.
Pretty sure I have.
I don't know what Brian's doing. He's falling out of his chair or something.
See, the problem is he can't find it because Frankie's hasn't shipped it to him yet.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, that joke's never gonna get old.
God.
This is the one I have. Remember this one?
Oh, I retract
dude.
my statement so I don't get sued.
The back cover. That's the one I was thinking. This is the one
Ah.
from Frankie's. Yeah.
Nice.
Anyways, let me go back to where we were.
Oh, so you do have one.
Yeah.
They did ship it to you.
Yeah, so
remember
that's why I
do
retracted
you
my
remember
statement so we don't get sued.
that was one of the first CBSI back when CBSI was still in the G plus, and we would all put together to get 9.8s, try and buy a bunch of them and send them in to get graded, and they were selling already graded 9.8s. Anyways, moving on.
What's up, Dennis?
Number 8 this week, Amazing Fantasy issue number 15, the first Amadeus Cho, which just got announced, cast. They cast the actor to play that role. And
Told you, Brad. Told you.
And now it is catching a little heat, but it'll be nowhere ever near the heat that it had during the pandemic, man. This is the ultimate pandemic book.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys had noticed, but there was no 9.8 sales this week, but 9.6s had actually dropped all the way down to like $125 for a 9.6.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's great.
And there was actually even a couple sales that were below $100, which is, I mean, just insane. This was like this was like a $600-800 raw book.
Yeah, easy.
So it did have a little bit of a rebound. I mean, it's not like a Dennis Rodman rebound. It's more like a Steph Curry rebound, but it did bump up to like 175 to 200 this week for 9.6s. Raws did kind of inch up to about 150.
Oh, sweet. I just bought one on the dip not too long ago for way less than that.
Yeah. So
You got to think, like, they cast this kid, and it's all about likability. So, like, if he comes out and he's likable and it's a hit, this book will take off, man.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think movie spec is dead. I got to be honest.
No, I'm not specking on how well the actors do in the movie.
I know.
And how well the movies do. It's not speculating. It's like,
no, I mean, like, even if the movie is awesome and the kid plays well, I feel like comic book movie spec is.
You think?
Yeah, dude. I
just
think
haven't had
Star
any
Wars
good movies. You know what I mean?
I would disagree to an extent that, like, we even just saw it with the Null book, right? Like, that popped as soon as we saw the little teaser preview.
Do you know how much those are selling for? Like 4 days after that, though, Yee? They were selling for half the price they were. Yeah, 4 days.
Well, because the market got flooded, right?
It's so that first of all, that time period you have to make the type of money that's anywhere near worthy of spec play on these books in my head anymore, because I'm just so freaking the pandemic numbers are still so big, and like I can't get those out of my head, man. And so I feel like the amount of money that you have to make on these books, it's rough. It's rough. You got to be quick. So who knows? I could be wrong. But anyways, at number 7 this week, more Sonic the Hedgehog annual #1 from this year, 2024 annual. The 1 in 10 cover, retailer incentive cover.
Yeah, so this one's not selling for like crazy money or anything like that. I mean, it's doing like 20 ish on this. So not like crazy, but I do actually like the cover. It does look like, it reminds me of like Sonic video games. So, which is, for me, that's what, if I want Sonic, that's probably what I'm looking for. But
they're getting close to issue 75, so be on the lookout for that. All right, 200 watching live right now. You guys hit that thumbs up button if you get a chance. That really helps us out. Also, stick around after the quick 10 for a Stein Pack unboxing, right? Are we going to do a Stein Pack unboxing tonight?
Yeah, this was a very, very tiny one. It was only 12, so it will take very little time. It'll take like $20 or 20 bucks, 20 minutes, like 20
All right,
minutes.
I'm Venmoing you now. $20 for a Stein Pack. Let's go.
Yeah. So make sure you guys stick around. If you guys don't know what a Stein Pack is, you'll learn. Stick around. Moving on to number 6 this week. fairy tale team up Robin Hood and Mystery. Is that what it is? Is that how it's said?
Maybe Mystère.
Mystère. Issue number 1. This is the lingerie 1 in 25 variant.
Yeah,
I think we
that's
talked
not
about
the
this
Robin
on
Hood
the,
I know.
the almost 10 last week, maybe.
I don't know if it was or no. That was the different. That was the one that where it was
The mask. Yes.
the like she was sitting on her knees or something like that.
Okay.
And Joe said it was some
It looked
actress.
real.
Do you remember what that?
Yeah.
I can't remember who that was.
Oh, was that the bed shitter?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was Amber Heard, the turd
Burglar.
turd book.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a couple different ones. There's one that looks like the what is that Mexican
Dia de
holiday?
los Muertos.
De los Muertos.
Yeah, where her face is that. This one is not that. This one's selling for 50 plus.
Woo! That's not bad.
Nice.
That is not bad out the gate for a 1 in 20.
Yeah.
Especially for, what is this, Zenoscope? Zenoscope has had some hot books as of late, man. They're the one that had that great Cedric Poulot cover that we were talking about. I mean, thank God he's a real artist. We know that. So.
Did you ever email that one person?
Oh, no, I
From
need to.
Zenos?
I need to. Yeah, I need to. You're right.
Here's your reminder.
Yep. Thank you. So, but man, $50, not bad. Not bad at all. So, all right, moving on to number 5 this week. Geiger issue number 7. This was a special surprise variant. Midnight Nation homage. A nice little, does it glow in the dark?
It might.
I hope it does. It looks like it should. Geiger is awesome. Great comic, great IP. And the skull covers with that glow in the dark are awesome. So I hope this one does.
Yeah, this one, I don't know if was this one per store or is this just
it was a 50-50, I think. No, it doesn't glow in the dark. Okay. But I think it was like a 50-50, right? Like 50, however many you got of the cover A, maybe you got of these. I don't know. I could be wrong, but that's what I read somewhere.
It doesn't seem like there's that many of them out there. Like
Okay.
I would think, I mean, because it is selling for like 20 and there was a bunch of sales on it, but there's not like you would think if half of the cover A's were these, there would be like thousands of them.
I remember when it was first discovered, like people were asking like a ridiculous amount of money for it. Like,
so it looks like it was
$500.
50-50 Stein.
Yeah, it has the same UPC code. There's no difference. They were like snuck in there, like surprise or whatever. Yeah, surprise cover. Yeah.
So then wouldn't the A cover be just as rare as this one? Why wouldn't the A cover be selling for 20?
I don't know. And I don't know if that ratio is correct. I heard Matt DeVoe talking about this book on his show earlier tonight. And they were just surprise variants. And I don't know if it was a 1-for-1 or.
This book was selling for $50 out the gate, though. I know that for sure. I saw $50 sales on this out the gate. This is a new book this week.
Maybe it was maybe people just thought weren't clear on how unrare they were.
I agree. Hated Kerouac says those came in 10-pack bundles from Lunar. To qualify to get them. Oh, so 1 every 10? Had to qualify to get them. Cover was never shown though until it arrived. So each store got 10, is what you're saying? And you had to be qualified to get them.
You probably had to have X amount of order for issue 6 or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll
find out.
A weird qualifier. Yeah.
We'll find out more. Yeah. Well,
we'll find out when the census count comes out.
That explains the 25 $25 sales, $20+ sales. That's averaging, right? I think this is 20 plus. Yeah. So,
Mark, you were on the list because remember, I had this book.
yeah.
That was the only book that I've ever had that's been on the Hot 10.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
Well, moving on to number 4 this week. Absolute Batman issue number 1, the Jim Lee foil. Where's my Nick GQ foil? I need to make that sound bite. Of issue number 1 of Absolute Batman at number 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's basically the same cover as that 1 in 100, just a color version and foil. Is there a non-foil of this cover?
Yes. Yep. I'm pretty sure. There's a lot of this cover.
Is this is this DC foil where it's like so dark that you can't even see where you can't see the cover?
I hate those, dude. I really hate those. 35
because I do.
variants.
I mean, this is a great cover. I mean, because it's got the same lightning as Dark Knight Returns.
Yep.
It's got the same feel as Dark Knight Returns. So
Johnny's saying that the foil is better looking than the 1 in 100 in his opinion.
Interesting.
Oh, nice. I like that.
And he has a good taste on Judgment of that. So
I like that.
Well, this is only like on all the website or like Midtown and stuff. This was just selling for the same cover price, but in the secondary it's selling for like 15 to 20 or more. So,
nice.
Yeah, so I think it was $5 or $6 cover price, something like that on this.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. 20 plus. Yeah, I saw Dave's collection had picked up some from Midtown. I saw that. That was cool, dude. The DeGrota signature on number 1 is cool. How he signs it.
Oh, did you get a slice of pizza? Because they were handing out pizza at one of the Midtowns for that signing.
That's dope.
That's cool.
So you can get pizza grease all over the book?
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, pizza grease.
Well, because like what Snyder was there signing books. So,
with pizza?
It was outside, like people waiting.
How cool would that be to have a signature in pizza?
In pizza?
Mm-hmm.
In the sauce or the cheese? Or a little bit of both?
Ooh, maybe both. Maybe just the grease.
Do you think CGC would verify that? Or JSA?
Yeah.
They would note it, pizza in the book.
See, PSA would do the DNA certification.
Yeah.
Midtown Pizza.
All right, here we go, you guys. Top 3 at number 3 this week. Here we go. I'm glad Mark's in the chat because he can answer some questions for this one. Mark Spears Monster, issue number 1, the Cover K Keen Spot exclusive, which is a Spider-Man homage with Wolfman on this one. And I'm pretty sure that this was a online only order, if that sounds right. Mark can let us know. I believe it was $50 on Keen Spot, and I don't think that there's very many of them out there.
The listings all say there's only 50 of these.
Bro, I bet you Big Leg is all over this book, bro.
Yeah, this is great, dude.
Crazy. It would be crazy if there's only 50 of them.
Oh yeah,
but they're selling for 150.
There was like four sales of these too. I saw. I think.
Yeah.
At that.
And big shout out to Mark for sending each of us one a copy.
What are you talking about? He sent me 20, dude. No,
dude, there's 55.
Yeah. There's not 50 of them, you guys. Yeah, there's 20 of them. I burned 30. So Mark says, I think they made 100, but it might have been 50. And that it was online only, and Keen Spot sold out. Now, here's the crazy thing. There is a metal variant of this. One and KeenSpot has it on their
Hey, Laura.
site for 10 grand. 10
Oh, 10
grand.
Mrs. Bird City's in the house.
What's up,
What's
Laura?
up, Laura?
So this is unbelievable, man. Look at that. You guys can go get your cover L. Mark, you gotta tell us
Mama.
about this. How'd this happen? I would love to know how many of the actual book there are out there. If there's only 50 of these, I think you're right, Stein. I think this is gonna be a fucking monster.
10,000 though for the one of one.
Yeah.
Like, couldn't you buy the original art for less than 10,000?
I know, right? Dude, I like this a lot because of the black and white background. I think that really pops. It looks so good. So good.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find this one because this will have to go in your Spider-Man 1
I know.
collection.
I know, dude. Well, here's the funny thing. So we were talking about this. I think I was listening. It might have been Matt on his show. Second time we've talked about him tonight. For the Kickstarter stuff, and if you do a search on eBay, people are starting to sell some of their Kickstarter stuff. So if you're smart, you'll go and take a look on eBay, and if it says KeenSpot or if it doesn't say KeenSpot up there, those are much more rare than any of the KeenSpot books, if I'm not mistaken. And Mark can give us the answer on that one too. But yeah,
Hey, Mark,
man.
I just sent you the link on Instagram.
Yes.
So
Yeah, jump on if you want, man. If you want to give us a quick
awesome.
little, quick little
Send them
update
a
on this.
link.
Send
I
them a
just
link.
did. That's
Man.
why I said it.
Man,
So-
the show just got famous.
Yeah, this is absolutely amazing, dude. And there is
Top that, Rena.
Hey, and for the record, had no clue that Mark was going to be in the chat. Had no idea.
yeah.
What are you
let's
talking
see
about?
here.
That's why he gave us the book.
Yeah.
I didn't get no book.
So there, if you go to Cover Price, you guys, shout out to Cover Price, Mark Spears Monster Kickstarter Edition, you can see all the Kickstarters books that were available. And you didn't get all of these unless you backed the entire thing, but there is a ton, and you can see it just says Monsters in the top instead of KeenSpot. So ladies and gentlemen, Mark Spears. Mark, thank you for joining us, man.
Hey guys, I'm on. Oh, yep, I'm on here. Wow,
Perfect
What is going
timing.
on?
Yeah.
hello.
Dude,
Let me
this
just
is
say, I'm a big fan. I've watched you guys. I remember I was watching this thing called House of Stein because I was like, "Well, that sounds like monsters." So I was watching that years ago. How long y'all been doing this?
about at least 2 years, 3 years now.
2
Yeah.
years. Okay,
Yeah.
because I remember it. It was like two guys, and it was House of Stein show or something. And
Yeah.
It was. And I was watched that, and I was like, "These guys are pretty interesting." So.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Dream come true, guys. So,
Hell yeah, dude.
awesome.
Well,
Sweet.
we have been talking about your books pretty heavy over the last couple of weeks, man. You have just absolutely thrown comics on their head, especially doing it with
You're killing it, man.
a KeenSpot, small publisher in KeenSpot, and they've got to be happy.
Oh yeah, I think I made some friends over there.
They,
But,
they
know,
were going out of business, man. And now
oh, I
it's
know.
like-
I've told you the story, Brian. Nobody wanted it, man. It was crazy. I had a book that was already done from the Kickstarter that had interest, right? It already showed interest from the Kickstarter that it made money and everything. So I sit there and I go to everybody. I go back to Image. Image already turned it down. After the Kickstarter, I went back to them, said, "Hey, I think people will like this. You know, it's free. It's already done. I've already made it. I've taken the risk out of it for you. I just want a 50-50 split." No, we'll pass. And then, and I won't call them all out by name, but basically every single comic book publisher you can think of, I went to. if they had one book published through Diamond in a month distributed, I went to them. I'm talking, everybody. And they just, some of them would say, this is not our style. Some of them would say, no, it's not the right fit. And I said, it's free. I mean, I'm not charging you a thing.
What's your angle, Spears?
I know it was so weird to me. And I kept thinking, maybe I was wrong. Maybe my gut's wrong. Maybe I'm not a fit for the comic book industry, because I had been doing, my own cards and stuff like that. So it was really weird. Ken Spot, though, they said, hey, I like it. How about we go ahead and we'll do it? And so then I'm sitting there thinking, this is not going to be a hit at all. If all these publishers turned it down, we were so hoping by putting it out, September 25th was supposed to be the original date. If it gets out there, we might be able to sell out by Halloween, right? That was our hope. I had booked all these appearances around here. I'm from Alabama, so I had from Tennessee and all these places, because I was going to go to help these comic book stores sell this book, because I felt responsible, right? We had 11,000 pre-orders from Diamond. And I was like, they were like, hey, that's really good, Mark. Cause I didn't really understand, the industry, how many, sales. I was like, okay, no, not one dime spent on advertising, no marketing. Nice. I couldn't even find it in previews. I bought a previews and I looked through it. I never found the book because it's so, previews is, thick. So I was like, this, no one's going to order this. So just word of mouth, maybe my fans or something. It sold 11,000 copies. So I was like, okay, maybe we can get them sold by Halloween. That's my goal. I was on, the Tuesday night before release. It was actually September 17th. They write me and say, hey, Mark, we got a week and 1 day to go before release. And it's sold out at Diamond. And I was like, okay, what's that mean? They said, well, if anybody has damages, if they want to reorder, it's all gone. There's none there. I was like, okay, that's good. And he goes, yeah, that's really, really good. I was like, okay. And then he writes me an hour later and he goes, Mark, I just looked on the Diamond site and they say it's being sold tomorrow. And I was like, whoa, it's supposed to be, we got a week. Because I was going to have a week to do social media campaigns, all this stuff to try to get some hype. They said, nope, Diamond released it early because they'd already sent it out. So they went ahead and released it on the 18th. So I'm so nervous on the 18th. I'm like, man, I wasn't prepared for this because I got so much great feedback from the Kickstarter. Everybody loved it. But I was like, man, you're releasing this to the world and the masses. And they might just, by the end of the day, shred this to, or just hate it. And I was like, oh my goodness. Dude, so I started reaching out to comic book stores, Golden Apple, Midtown. I was like, so, how you doing? Is there anything I can do to help move this book? And they're like, well, dude, we only have 2 covers left right when we put it out. I think Golden Apple had 2 covers by 5 p.m. on Wednesday of release, unscheduled release. Midtown had some, they had Bride and everything up until I want to say Saturday of that week. Most every place was just gone either that night or by Monday morning, gone. It was just gone everywhere. The only comic book stores I know that still had it were increased, were like marking it up. So yeah, that was amazing. It just, threw me for a loop. Didn't really expect that. Then the Bride cover happens, right? Bride almost did not even make it as a cover. Whoa. I had 5 covers to pick from, right? I had Bride as a Kickstarter cover. It was 1A. It did not get, I had 4 covers that did better than that cover in sales on the Kickstarter. So I was like, I don't even know if I want to put Bride out there as a cover. I don't know if it'll sell. So I did at the last second. I was like, okay, I'm gonna put Bride in there. Maybe it'll do okay. It actually only 2,000 of the Bride were made. 2,000, and some. I'm just giving you a rough estimate. Yeah, 2,000 of the Bride, 2,000 of the Hulk homage, 2,000 of Infinity War. And the one that was ordered the lowest in the like 1,000 was Dracula by himself with the blood on his mouth.
This one right here.
On the right. Yeah. So that was actually ordered the least. That's the actually rarest normal cover out there. But I don't really understand why it just blew up. Everybody liked the bride. It did really well. So we just got in our pre-orders for number 2. And I was sitting there going, man, I know there's going to be a 50% drop off. And they were preparing me for it. There's like, Mark, if we can get 50, though, that's not bad. 40 is about the average, industry average. 60 wouldn't be good, but, we're going to be okay. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, hopefully we'll get into the, 40% drop off, won't be too bad. And the purchase order came in from Diamond. We outsold issue 1 by 30%, 14,000 so many copies, something there. Awesome. And that's just through Diamond. So, yeah, I'm just, wow. I mean, I think that they were telling me the only other, of course, I don't know all the stats. Y'all might know them better, but the only one to do something like that actually had 10,000 for the first book. They said the only thing they had to compare it to was Turtles from the 80s, because that had 3,000 orders from the first one, which is under 10. But on the second issue, it had 16,000.
Oh, wow.
But it took 10 months for this number 2 to come out. So you had 10 months. Saga, Walking Dead, Invincible, Something's Killing the Children, all those books dipped on number 2. None of them. We did something no other book that we can find in modern history has done.
What's also amazing about this, and that not a lot of people might realize, but you wrote and did the interiors of this also. And the amount of people, not only in the chat tonight, but in other shows chats or that I've been seeing, talking about how great the interior art is and how good the story is, has been amazing. That's been unreal.
Yeah. I mean, it was just a thing where this came about. I remember when I was, I got the book, the Spawn titles in 23, right? I had done those for the Todd McFarlane Spotlight. I had did those in October of 22, right? I had them done. So I'm sitting around. I can't really tell people, even other people like DC or Marvel or anything. I can't tell anybody that I've got these covers. I can't show them to nobody because, they tell me, oh, can't do that. But when they started getting solicited around January, I was able to, start looking for other work and say, hey, I've got these other covers coming out. At that time, though, could not get anything. I tell you, I would talk to people and I would say, look, I want to do some covers. I will take whatever you paid the lowest guy ever and then take $50 off of that, and I'll do a cover for you. I offered to do covers for free for independent books that weren't even solicited through Diamond, and they turned me down. Wow. And so when it's weird, when Spawn finally hit, Todd told me, he said, hey, Mark, there's a Todd effect on this. And I said, is it like the Oprah effect? And he said, yeah, just wait. It's coming. You just wait. And even then, though, I wrote when it was the day of my Todd McFarlane interview. No books had hit the stands yet. I had wrote the Spawn editor at that time and said, hey, is it possible? Could I do some more covers? And he wrote and he said, possibly. We'll have to see. Well, I did the interview with Todd that night. And me and him talked after the camera went off. We talked for about an hour and a half, 45 minutes, something like that. And we just talked about art and comics and all that kind of stuff. The next day, I got a email from the editor saying, hey, yeah, Todd said whatever covers you want. And didn't even, say like, oh, you only could do 2 more or 3 more. And then at that time, he said he wanted to do a project with me doing the interiors at that time. So that was great motivation for me. I thought, okay, that's good. And I went out and I couldn't find anything besides doing a few Spawn covers. So I started doing my own comic so I could shop that around to other publishers and say, look, I can do interiors. do you want to hire me? And they would say no. I did Boom. I did Power Rangers for Boom through, it was like a Whatnot exclusive. I had a great relationship with Boom. The editors and stuff, they're all great people. And they were like, man, you always hit your deadlines. You got all this stuff. And I said, I would love to do interiors over there. If you have a special, a one shot, I said, I will, take whatever you can give me and pay. I just want to be able to do it to show you I can do it. They looked at my samples and said, we'll keep you in mind. Didn't give me the work. So that's why it's really good that I finally found, got this out there. But it was a struggle, man. I mean, it's weird that I kept telling my wife that the problem was there's a disconnect in the industry, right? Fans liked my stuff. The sales showed that my stuff was selling. Like the Spawn covers were some of the best selling Spawn covers of March or of 23. But Marvel doesn't know that. DC doesn't know that. Boom doesn't know that. So that was a tough thing. My career kind of started taking off with Lobo, the Action Comics 1066. Yep. When that started making lists, DC started saying, DC was giving me a lot of covers, but it doubled. I've done 16 DC covers now. And we're talking about doing, some interior work over there. But yeah, it's crazy. But it's just taken off, and I'm so glad I was able to do the monsters. I want to keep doing the series. I'd love to do it. I love telling stories. So
I think that there's no doubt, Mark, that the series is going to continue, my friend. I think there's no doubt about that. But we don't want to keep you too late tonight. I want to get you on, bring you on another show so we can just sit down and unpack all this. But before we let you go, we got to ask, because I never leave a chance to do this. What is, I've seen some people say in the chat that they believe your first work was it Ultraman?
Yes. Image Comics 2001. I actually drew it in 1998, but it came out, I want to say 2001 or so. It was Ultraman's giant size special. I did some interiors in it. Penciled, someone else inked it. Yeah, that's it right there.
This one right here. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new book to add to the list from Mark Spears. This is his first interior, or is it first cover? What did you do here?
First interior. I didn't do the
first
cover.
Interior.
So
okay.
First cover would have been. You do them and they come out later, but it was probably the Spawn stuff. I did Vampirilla, but I did it really after Spawn, but it came out, I think, before.
So the Vampirilla would have been first, but then Spawn came out before.
Spawn right after that. There was a Vampirilla. It was a 616 exclusive. So non-exclusive would be the Spawn, but the Vamp was an exclusive. And that cover that y'all were talking about, I want to say that they were 100 made, because I thought I saw it on their website. Let me go look, but it's it might have been 50. I know today they wrote me and said, "Hey, that's sold out."
Well, there was also a story that I heard where there was a metal cover or something that may have had some damages, so there wasn't as many out there as supposedly said.
No, that actually was just my local store.
Okay.
Their metal that they had was damaged, and we couldn't believe it because I saw it, and it looked like it was just like the Hulk got a hold of it. I couldn't figure out how that could have happened, but that doesn't say how many were made. It's $50. It doesn't say. I want to say maybe it says in the back of the. I don't think I got any in here. It might be saying in the back of the book, they did put all the numbers of what was printed. So that was kind of nice.
Well, that's amazing, man.
And that metal one that you was talking about, what they did on that one, the big one, they selling for like $9,000 or something. They made 3. I got one. They kept one. And then like a associate editor or something, he got one over there.
Wow.
So there's only 3 that exist, and they're trying to sell it. I guess he decided he would sell his if he wanted to, but I'll never sell mine. So But that book, I had a few copies of that one because we did a split. So I want to say it is about 50 because I want to say I got 25. So I got 25 and then I got 25.
Listen to that, you guys. So there we go. I mean, it could even be less out there, depending on what happened with those other 25. But man, this book I think is going to be a hot book for a while. Now that we're hearing that there is hopefully only 50 of them made. So beautiful stuff, Mark. And thank you for coming on, man. It's pretty cool,
man,
Stein.
I appreciate it. Watch out for that Halloween homage cover too, because that one, I saw the orders on only 120 were ordered through Diamond.
Oh, wow.
Because it's an incentive. The numbers for the second printing were high, but they didn't hit that threshold, right? So I think there's about 3,700 second printings ordered, but that incentive, 120, I think it said. Yeah.
And that's for the second print of number 1, right? Through KeenSpot.
Yep. And it's it looks like Halloween poster.
Actually, you know what? Before you leave, I want to hear about the story about that, because you did kind of talk about that. And listen, you guys, this is important. This is why collectors are going to love Mark Spears. Tell them about them coming to you and asking you to do the second printing and what you told them, if you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, on the second printing, I said if we do a second print, because they said, how about we throw the bride on it, right? We'll just do that, and we'll put change the colors maybe a little bit or something. I said, oh no, we've got to do a brand new cover for the second printing. And then I said, I got an idea for another cover too, if we could do it as an incentive. Also on that, when the original numbers came in, the 11,000 units, you have a choice of what you want to print there. And they said, hey, Mark, do you want to print over? So that way, there's, they always print like 10% over for damages or something. But they said, do you want to print over more for number 1? That way they have it, in case it sells. And I said, no, I want to print exactly what is for pre-order. So that way there's, if that sells out, then we go to a second printing and so on. Because I didn't want it to be, there's too many out there. I like the collectability of it. And a lot of my fans, they want to get like all 5 covers, right? On Kickstarter, right? A lot of people have said, oh, that's open edition. He could print as many. Nope. I'm going to, right when the last package goes out, I'm going to post online every number that was printed on Kickstarter for those books, because they were very low. Out of 8 issues, only 1,500 were printed total of everything. Some of those brides are way under 100. And then some people who got chrome and stuff, some of them, they don't realize it, but they got a 1 of 1. Because I would go to them and say, look, this guy might pay $13 extra to get this chrome. Can you make it chrome? And I just ate the cost. And, it might have cost me 30, but I said, do it, because they ordered it. So the Kickstarter guys out there are going to love it, because I was like, no, I'm not selling 1 extra that I don't already have printed and everything, because I wanted to keep the orders, the print run low, because you took a gamble on me. I want to give you something back. I'm not going to sit there and print them up. I could print them up right now and go to a con and keep selling them, but I'm not going to do that. I want to give something back to the fans. So again, and that bride cover, I'm retiring that bride cover. The one that House Stein got, that you'll never see that again. It won't be a chrome. It won't be a pink background. That's the only one that's going to exist.
Man,
that's
pink
awesome.
background, dude.
Now I'm not saying I retired the character though. I've already been working on a bride Grinch kind of cover. It's going to be green to come out in Christmas time. And she's actually reading her issue of the first one. And it's green. It's got snow on it and everything. I think they're going to put that on KeenSpot as just an exclusive 50, the same kind of thing, like 50 there. Because I said, give something back that people can easily order, the fans and stuff like that. So you keep an eye out for that. But.
You know what would be scarier than the bride? If you made divorced bride monster cover, bro. That would be freaking scary, bro.
That would be.
Amen. Amen.
The Borscht
I'll keep
Pride.
that in mind.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and I appreciate you guys. It's been great. Again, thank you. Y'all contribute to the success of Monsters. I owe you all comics. That white cover, it'll be in the mail.
Hey, bro, don't change, man. Don't change, Mark. You're awesome, dude.
No,
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And,
All right, brother.
Anytime you need me on, whatnot, just let me know, guys.
Sounds good, Mark. We're gonna bug the hell out of you now. All right, man.
Okay.
Later, brother.
See you guys later.
Thanks,
Man,
Mark.
That's the type of shit you get on the House of Stein, ladies and gentlemen. We don't disappoint over here.
That was crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Bro, this is an interactive top 10, bro.
Amen. Amen. And we're not even done with the Hot 10, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, we're done. Let's go.
So stick around, you guys. We've got two more issues. And like you said, the encore is coming up, YeeZee.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm a fan of that guy now, man. Huge fan now, man. That guy's awesome.
But if there's other creators that have their books on the list, if you want us to send you the link, just say something in the chat. We'll send it to you.
Amen. So Mark did bring up cards to you guys. He's got a bunch of cards out there that he's been working on for years. So go look at his card stuff. Really, really cool stuff. A lot of monsters. He did a monster set. So be on the lookout for that too. All right, let's get into number 2. Shinobi, issue number 1 from Dark Horse in 2002. Now, most people out there, when you think Shinobi, you think of the arcade game. All right, I remember playing Shinobi. Shinobi, the arcade game, might be one of the greatest arcade games ever made. It was probably the best ninja arcade game ever made that I can think of. It's Shinobi and Ninja Gaiden are the two greatest ninja games ever made, right? Right. I mean, there's better ninja games now, the Myth of Wukong or whatever. There's 2 games out right now that are amazing. But for nostalgia purposes, Ninja Gaiden or Gaiden, however you want to say it, and Shinobi are the 2 games. They gotta be. And now there's a Shinobi movie coming, or a TV show or something.
Is that what's going to happen? I was like, why on earth did this book move from $5 to 30?
Yep.
I'm like, what's going on?
Yep. It got optioned. Let's see here. Universal Pictures and Sega announced Shinobi movie 3 days ago. Directed by Sam Hargrave with a screenplay adapted by Ken Kobayashi. So,
who is that director? Was that director ever done?
Extraction franchise. He did the Extraction franchise, and the guy who's writing the screenplay wrote Sunny and Move On. Produced through Mark Platt Productions. So there you go. I saw a lot of people talking about first appearances and all this stuff. I think Topher was on it pretty quickly, but not a lot of people talking about these comics. That's for sure.
So with Dark Horse, that since they bought that video game developer, I'm sure that unlocked a lot of IPs for them, besides stuff they've done in the past. But do you think that this is going to be kind of their move moving forward, where they're turning comics that they have, or different IPs that they own into movies?
If they're smart,
I mean, is that the direction that it seems like they're going?
Probably, I would expect so. Universal Pictures. So, Universal Pictures also did Super Mario Brothers, like you're saying, Five Nights at Freddy, Sonic. So yeah, video game stuff is easy money to them right now. They don't have to go get it.
Well, even if it fails in movies, they could always just build more video games.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
Very true. So how much is this one selling for nowadays?
30 plus. It was only $5.
Wow.
You could probably still play it in dollar bins.
Yep.
Yeah. So yes, I would think that you could probably find this in dollar bins.
Yeah. Cool stuff. I would have picked it up in a dollar bin even if the movie didn't get announced. Right? I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah.
I'll take that for $1. Moving on to the number one book this week, Absolute Batman. The San Diego Comic-Con ash can is on fire again.
Yeah, the third Absolute Batman book. There were so many sales of like all the covers from Absolute Batman. And there's two versions of this, right? There's just a regular and then a foil version. Is that right?
Yeah, and the ash can I believe is small.
Yeah, something like that. And is the foil regular size, the one from
Yes,
San Diego?
I believe so. Yeah.
One was a panel book and one was given out at their booth. Is that right?
Yes. I believe so.
And I don't remember which one's which. I think the black and white one was the panel book, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I can't. I remember we talked about them a bunch because they were selling when they came out. And then they kind of died off a little bit. I mean, this thing had dropped down to like 40 to 50, which is, I guess, still not terrible, but now it's back up over 100 plus again. Now that the series actually came out, which is interesting because it doesn't normally happen that a book that is teased like way in advance, actually when it finally comes out, that people actually are trying to collect it. Like normally if people like the idea of it, then the pre-orders are through the roof and then it's not really that collectible. So the fact that now that it's out is actually collectible is kind of weird.
Have you heard anything about this, Stein, yet?
I have not read it or anything.
Okay. Okay. So
is this like Elseworlds, or is this like in the future, or what is this?
Real quick, Mark Spears did just confirm only 50 made of our number 3 book this week. So pretty crazy. Nice. All right. So this is like an Elseworlds kind of tale. So basically what happened is Darkseid figured out how to he bonded with the Spectre to become the ultimate embodiment of death, I guess. And by doing so, they ended up having to kill him. And when they killed him, his essence like created this other world or something like that. And that world is created in the like world of death, like the anti-life equation. So instead of Superman coming to a world of hope, where Superman comes to the world in this world, it's just not a world of hope. It's the anti-life equation, it's terrible. Batman, instead of being born with a silver spoon, he grew up in Crime Alley. He's just a construction worker, instead of Wonder Woman growing up on an island full of female gods, she grew up in hell. It's like the opposites. But this is really good, and it's really surprised me. And I'm going to spoil just one little part to show you how crazy and surprising this is. So the main bad guy is Black Mask, and they show a scene where the two main mob guys, Falcone and Maroni, are talking to him and giving him shit, right? And he's like, take a look around you. And they look around. He's like, those are all death masks. This one is Plato's death mask or Socrates' death mask. There's only 3 known, and this one's Martin Luther's death mask. This one's George Washington's death mask. He collects them, right? And all of a sudden, you're like, what the hell? And they kill both the mob. They kill Falcone and Maroni, stab them in the eyes with knives, choke them out, in the first issue. It sets the tone. Like, this is not your regular comic book. This is different. And there was a couple scenes like this where it was exactly that, where they set the freaking tone in a big, big way. And I suggest anybody, if you get a chance, this is a book worth checking out. Check out at least the first 5 issues, I'd say. And if you're watching Beyond Wednesdays and House of Stein, you know, I'm going to be reading it. So we're going to be talking about it pretty heavy. It's worth getting into. I don't know about Superman and Wonder Woman and all the other stuff, but they're going pretty deep in this, along this route. They're all new, everything, you know. There's going to be a new Swamp Thing and Poison Ivy book from this world, which is kind of crazy. So who knows? If I could have anybody writing Batman right now, they got one of the two guys that I'd pick. My Batman is Grant Morrison and Scott Snyder, and Scott Snyder's writing it, and so I'm all in. And I like the Dragotta art. I like the style. I like the look. I like the cowls. Stein, the bat cowls. The ears. They're long, right? Like Kelly Jones, but he can pop them off and use them as knives and daggers, and it still keeps a little short stubs. So it looks hilarious. When he pops them off, it looks like Frank Miller Batman. So really, really good shit. Just worth checking out if you guys do so. And that is the Hot 10 this week. How much is this selling for again? 100 plus?
100 plus. Yep.
Yeah, not bad. So, all right, you guys. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna run through the quick Hot 10, and then we're gonna come back, and me and Stein are gonna, and I think Yee might be coming back. We're gonna open up some Stein packs and explain Stein packs to you. So stick around. 178 watching. I'm gonna run through this quick 10 really quickly, and we'll get to the Stein packs. We'll see you in a second. Starting off our Golden Age honorable mention, Wild Magazine from Ace Publications, 1957, issue number 2. Crazy, crazy cover here. The Mau Mau Rebellion in Africa. Nuts cover. This recently sold in a CGC 6.5 for $1,000. Nice to see some of these magazine sales lately. Absolutely awesome. A regular honorable mention this week, Spider-Man Black Suit and Blood, issue number 3, came out this week. This is the John Boy Myers Virgin 1 in 100 variant. It's selling for 125 plus on the secondary market, and it's a beaut. At number 10, Absolute Batman issue 1, the Jim Lee Black and White variant with Scott Williams inks. It is a 1 in 100. There's 3 versions of this cover. This one is selling for 130 plus, and it also came out this week, and it is worth reading for sure. At number 9, Venom issue number 38, another new book this week. This is the Delato Virgin 1 in 100. That is 3 1 in 100s in a row, ladies and gentlemen. This one is selling for 110 to 150 plus on the secondary market. At number 9, Amazing Fantasy Volume 2, issue number 15 from 2006. First appearance of Amadeus Cho. And this one is catching a little fire after a recent announcement for an actor being picked up for the new character in the MCU. So be on the lookout for this if you can get it cheap. But a lot of people took a bath on this from the pandemic. And 9.6s dropped all the way to 125, but now they're back up to about 200, and raws are selling for about 150. At number 7, Sonic the Hedgehog 2024 annual, another new book this week. This is the 1 in 10 retailer incentive cover from Yasmin Omar Atta. I hope I'm saying that right. Beautiful cover. This one is selling for about $20 on the secondary market. At number 6, Fairy Tale Team Up Robin Hood and Mystery. Issue number 1. This is the Sonia Matis lingerie 1 in 20 ratio variant. Beautiful cover, amazing colors. Love the skulls. And this one is selling for $50 plus. Gotta love Grim Fairy Tales and Zenoscope. At number 5, Geiger, issue number 7, the surprise variant from Gary Frank. This is the Midnight Nation homage variant that was not known about until it showed up in stores. We're trying to find information on exactly how many were given to each store. It sounds like they were qualifiers. It was a qualifier and it came in 10 packs. We'll find out more about it as the week goes on, but this one is selling for $20. Plus, I saw sales up to $50 the day after. At number 4, here's the second Jim Lee cover of the week, the foil version of Absolute Batman, issue number 1. This one's selling for $15 to $20 plus and a ton of sales. And supposedly it is gorgeous. It is not the regular DC foil, dark, dull foil that they've been working with the last year or so. At number 3, Mark Spears Monster, issue number 1, the Keen Spot exclusive cover K, which is a Wolfman Spider-Man number 1 homage, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Only 50 of these made, and they sold out at Keen Spot. This one is selling for $150 plus on the secondary market. It's a monster for sure. At number 2, Shinobi, issue number 1 from Dark Horse in 2002. A recent option news on this one from Universal Pictures, making a movie, has this one selling for $30 plus on the secondary market, a former dollar bin book. Be on the lookout in your dollar bins. And at number 1 this week, the third Absolute Batman issue on the list. This one, the Ash Can from San Diego Comic-Con this year. Small black and white Ash Can version, was selling for a grip the day it came out, $50 plus. Now it's $100 plus with the news of how good issue number 1 was. So be on the lookout for the Nick Dragotta, Scott Snyder, Absolute Batman stuff. That is the House of Stein Hot 10 for the week of October 11th, 2024. Thanks for watching. All right. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We have, let me go into the base thing real quick here. And one sec. All right, there we go. We have some Stein packs to open, ladies and gentlemen. Whew. Looking forward to this.
Okay. First of all, how cool was that?
That was awesome, bro. That was a great show. Great show.
That was crazy.
Yeah. For those of you guys that don't know what we're talking about, it was really cool. Mark Spears is in the chat watching the show, and he, you know, we didn't tell him about what was going to be on the list this week. I didn't know what was going to be on the list until today, and Mark just happened to be in the chat, and we brought him up to talk about that book, that number 3 book, and it was an excellent little part of the show that you guys, if you didn't get a chance to go watch, rewind it, go check it out. It was a lot of fun, and man, that's why we love doing this live.
I can't wait to get my copy. He said it was in the mail. I'm in Texas. That's legally binding.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, good stuff. Okay, so explain Stein packs to everybody out there that might not know what a Stein pack is.
Yeah, so this is something that I started doing. Gosh, how long ago did I start doing this? Like
probably 5 years, 4 years, maybe 4 years.
It was a while ago because so I kind of just had this idea. I saw people basically doing like mystery packs and mystery boxes and all this stuff, and I always thought that they were garbage. Like I looked at them and I'm like, there's got to be a better way to do these things. So let me just try and figure out a way to do it myself. So like I was like, okay, we're just going to try a bunch of different methods and things to do, and I kind of change it up from here, you know, from time to time. You know, I started on Whatnot. I did one of them on Whatnot where people actually bid on an individual pack, and whatever it sold for, that it sold for. And then they got to pick one, and that's what they got. Then I did some where like you could like trade, like you would get something and you like, do you want to keep this or do you want to go for behind door number 2? To add a little bit of extra to it.
And by the way, what you're looking at, ladies and gentlemen, these are all books that were in said Stein packs of the past. So,
so this time I was like, you know what? So I did the last one I did was in the summer, and I was like, you know what? I've got a few books here. Let's try a little different. Let's do it like, because normally I do like there's usually anywhere from 50 to 75 available. This time I was like, okay, let's just do like a mini. So we're gonna do 12, and we're just gonna, whoever wants one can basically put their name in there, and then I'll randomize those names, and whoever is in the top 12 they can buy one. Is that picture not, first of all, not super creepy?
Oh, it is, dude. I always think that she's fake too. Isn't she fake?
She might be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it was funny because but so that's kind of what it is. There's been different things in them. They didn't used to all have graded books in them. Now they pretty much always have graded books. But what ends up happening is, for anybody who's ever bought one, there's no like dud packs. Like you're not going to spend $75 and get $10 in books. It's never going to happen. The value is always there. So like on this particular one for this mini, 12 packs. The cost was $215. The bottom, the worst pack has like $275 in it. The best one is over 600. So basically, everybody is going to be way ahead on this except for me, but that's okay because, as you guys know, I get good deals. I try and pass those deals on to everybody else. This is fun for me. It's fun for everybody who seems to like it. Obviously I can't do it on like a monthly basis because I don't have that. I can't replenish things that fast. So that's basically kind of what it is.
Well,
nice.
Here's the other thing. Mystery packs have been a hot button topic for about 2 years now, pretty heavy. They don't get any love. I've never heard a single person even get anywhere close to saying that they didn't like what they got in their Stein pack or it wasn't worth it to them. And Stein packs sell out like that. That tells you something, just so you guys know. Even if you never met Stein in your life and you didn't know who he was and what the Stein pack was, Stein packs sell out. They always sell out now, and they're quick. And that tells you the quality of the stuff that you can get in those Stein packs. So, let's get into it, man.
Yeah, because I would buy Stein packs before I was on the Hot 10. And now that I'm on the Hot 10, sometimes I feel kind of guilty for like trying to get one in before a viewer.
Well, that's what on this particular one, I was a little surprised because I kind of opened it up to everybody. Again, because there was only 12. But yeah, I mean, I do a lot of times like if you're a subscriber to the YouTube channel, you get first dibs. This one, because there's only 12 of them. I didn't do that. I just opened it up to anybody who wanted one. But then randomized it from there. So
awesome.
All right. So those names got picked. Let me share my screen, because what I'm basically going to do now is I'm going to randomize the packs, and then I will randomize the names, and those two will meet each other. And that's the pack that these. So nobody gets to pick their pack. So and nobody ever gets. It's always randomized. I do not play favorites. I will say, and I don't know how he keeps doing it, but Darth Bong, out of the 10 or 9 Stein packs I've done, he's gotten the top prize twice, which is first of all insane. And he gets one of these. So I don't know how that's possible, but it's crazy.
Yeah,
but yeah,
but he needs to buy a lotto ticket ASAP. Take a trip to Vegas or Atlantic City, whichever one's closer to you. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Austin,
know.
Austin B says, how do you sign up for a Stein pack? Well, Austin, the best way to sign up for a Stein pack is to be following House of Stein on IG. Put notifications on for Stein on IG, and whenever he's got the idea to do a Stein pack, he usually says, hey, what do you guys think? Are you in? And if he gets people say, yeah, I think it's a good idea, the Stein pack usually goes up the next day, and that's what he did with this one. He just asked if anybody wants one, put it in here. There's only 12 of them. I'm taking the first 12. So put notifications on for House of Stein on IG.
Yep. All right. So let me see if I can figure out how to do this. Share screen.
Another thing, you guys, I will be having a Whatnot sale on Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern. And it's going to be a big sale. So you can find the link for that in the description. Or if you go to my link tree, which is also in the description, it's in my IG, you can find the link to it in the link tree also. It is live. Just go turn notifications on for it and follow it. All right, here we go.
Okay, so everybody can see this. All right, so this right here, these are the chosen 12. So we got Darth Bong, Ichu, Rob Ness, Franco's, Chungy, Brains, Anti-Gravity, Comic You Crazy, John Anthony, Siete Uno, Cheshire, and David J. Mason. So those are the 12 names. So basically, I'm just going to copy these. Go up here to random. I'm going to paste them in there. All right. So first of all, we're going to use the dice roller on this. And this is how many times we're going to randomize both the numbers and the names. All right. So 4 times. All right. So let's number. Here's 1 through 12. We'll randomize those numbers first. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to copy and paste this into my spreadsheet here.
By the way, Austin, I know we've talked about your avatar before, the Jeremy Geddes avatar. Jeremy Geddes is my favorite painter also. I don't know if you know this, but Jeremy Geddes announced yesterday, I believe, that he's got a new super limited print that's going to be available October 17th or 18th, I believe. And it looks like fire, so go check it out.
Oh, have you seen that Grommets print?
No.
That's like limited to 25.
Where at?
I saw it. I think it's on. Well, where was it on? It might have been one of the creators that had it on their IG. And they had a link to whatever.
Rick Remender, maybe?
Maybe.
Brian Posehn.
Or maybe it was the...
I'm going to randomize these real quick. 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Copy this. Oops.
Good morning, England.
Hello. That's not really, that didn't sound English at all, but. All right. So this is this right here. Everybody can see this. So pack number 4 is going to go to John Anthony, 7 Francos, 12 Siete Uno, 8 Comic You Crazy, 2 David Mason, 1 James Kreider, 10 Anti-Gravity, 6 Robbie Ness, 11 Ichu, 9 Chungy, 5 Chesser, and 3 Darth Bong. All right, so now we're just going to, let's see, so I can stop sharing on that. Everybody's got that down.
Okay, let me remove.
I know
that.
there's a way to like take the little thing on the screen and like put it in the corner, right? Is there a way to do that?
Yeah,
what
do you want to put?
right now,
yeah, I could do that. I could do all that. You just gotta let me
Well,
know.
I mean, I don't need. We don't need to do it. There's only 12. I think everybody saw their name. So, okay, cool. All right, so this is the cool Stein pack. This is just my phone. I'm not that cool. All right, so the first one was John Anthony. This is pack number 4. So you can see I've got them all numbered with House of Stein things 2, 3, and 4. I'm afraid my headphones are going to fly off. Let's see if let me move this over to the screen because I can't see. Okay, so everybody can see that one. Pack number 4.
Yep.
So this is for John Anthony. Hey, Ohio schools fail everybody. I can tell you that. All right, so every one of these has one raw book and one graded book. So I will do the raw book or the raw books first. All right, so this one, the raw book is
it's a Call Vampirella.
Decall Vampirella out of 250, Trial of the Soul.
Oh, it's so good.
And it's unsigned?
Unsigned.
Oh, because I think there's more signed copies than unsigned copies. Hint, hint.
That one, really?
Yeah. So
Right.
I would definitely grade that as a blue label.
Oh, I think you're gonna like this book. All right, so this is number 4. This is a
10.
A 10?
A 10.
Wow.
Ivan Tao. You can see it's numbered out of 75.
Wow.
And it is a CGC 10.
Good luck. That's probably like Pop 1, top of the census.
Yeah.
Unreal.
So, yep. So that goes to John Anthony.
He's got freaking issues. I think it's that book. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure Long Short will.
All right, put that back in here. I will. These will all get sent out tomorrow because I will be going out of town on Sunday. So I will get these all sent out. All right. So that was the first one. Let's see here. The second pack was for Franco's. Gets pack number 7. It's right here in the front. You can see everybody likes to see my knee too. Look at that! Look at that sexy knee. Pack number 7. All right, first one we'll go with the raw book.
Oh, but we're gonna get that ankle shot.
Ooh, maybe. Ooh, look at that.
Ooh.
7. Issue number 6.
Those are tough. Every single one of those are tough to find.
Yeah, this one's the Envy. I think this is about a $50 raw book, something like that.
Yeah, those are impossible to find, dude. I have Sloth, I think.
But now you have one. You have to get all 7.
Yep.
Right.
And
did you notice I put 7 in pack number 7?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I like that.
And let's see what the graded book is. It is Catwoman
Ooh.
51 from 2006, not the foil reprint.
That
nonsense.
is such a heater, dude. That's easily a $300 to $400 book, right?
I think it's like $250 right now.
Oh,
ish.
I'm gonna buy some if they're that cheap. Holy cow!
Yeah,
those are always fire.
So that one is going to, who was that going to? Franco's? Is that what I said?
Yeah, nice.
Oh, all that shipping to the UK.
All right, let's see here. The next one. Again, normally these shows last like 2 hours because I have like 75 to go through, but not this time.
Nice.
Siete Uno has pack number 12. Be back here.
So would you call this the Stein Pack Light Edition?
Yeah, I said I kind of called it a mini, but I wasn't 100% sure what to call it.
I guess mini's more appropriate because light sounds like you're paying less and the ceiling's not as high, but it looks like the ceiling's just as high as a normal Stein pack. Oh, he didn't hear any.
Really hard to do. I should have told my wife to stay up. My cord's not long enough for my computer to get all the way over here. All right. All right. Pack number 12. All right. We'll start with the raw book here. This raw book is
Oh, nice.
The Monsters Unleashed, the Devil Dinosaur.
That's a tough one too. Yeah.
This is like a $50. I think it's a $50 or variant. I said insert.
I like how you put all the raws too, like that, on the boards.
And ooh, this. I think you'll like this. I think you'll like this graded book.
Oh,
Whoa.
Batgirl Adventures #1. Wow. Did you pull that off your wall?
I did.
Oh, wow.
I did. So that's like a. I think this is a 250 or 250 or $275 9.8, something like that.
That's awesome, man.
So again, so far I think the first 3 packs have been these are the lower value ones. These are the lowest value.
I really like this style of doing 1 raw and 1 graded. You know, I think that's probably the way to do it. 1 to 2 or 3 raws if you have to, but 1 to 2 raws and then 1 graded is great for a mystery pack.
You think that's good?
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah.
I think that's a great
because
format.
It raises the ceiling too, right? Because if those raw books are good enough to like grade or press and grade or whatever, then it just raises it even more.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's true. Next up is Comic You Crazy with pack number 8.
Here we go. Shout out to Steel Cartel in the house, aka Hell Destroyer Comics, aka Sean from the 3 Tremors, and Steel Cartel, which we checked out last week. So
nice.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the raw book for pack number 8.
Ooh.
Wow.
Planet Comics number 5. I don't know who the cover. Bertram?
That is so good, man.
So this is, I think, like a $25 raw book. So that means that the graded book here must be bigger.
I'm fairly certain we had that on Long Story Short not too long
ago. That Planet Comics?
Yeah. Because I said the exact same thing. I was like, oh, it's a mushroom cover. So I know Brian's going to like it.
Okay, this is a bigger book, and it's a very rare book.
Oh, yeah, I know what this is.
You're not gonna be able to find this one.
Nope. Congratulations.
Oh, wow.
Elephant Men number 31, the Incentive Campbell variant.
Hood is going to be mad.
Yeah, he's going to be kicking and screaming right now.
It's one of the rarest Campbell covers there is.
Yeah, I don't think he has one, right? Does he have one?
I don't think so.
Remember. Yeah, I don't think he does.
This is very rare.
Yeah, it's like been on his want list for a long time. So you might already have a buyer.
Yeah, this is so the closest thing that I could find, there was a 9.8 sale. And I think the 9.8 sale was like $800 or $900. So this is the 9.6 is probably in the $500 range.
That's
based on the 9.8. Yeah, based on the 9.8 sale. And who'd that go to? Comic You Crazy? Is that who that went to?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good one. That is a good one. Let's see here. Next is David J. Mason, who got in at the last second when somebody backed out. Ooh. So David J. Mason. Yeah, so this is pack number 2. So this was
this is that like last pack magic.
Yes.
Like the person that could have got the spot is probably pulling out their hair right now.
Right. So we'll see what they passed on. Number 2, pack number 2.
For a second chance.
Yeah. This was the second chance. See what we got for the Brawl book here. This is Witchblade, Magdalena Vampirella, Art Adams. This is the gold version, numbered out of 500.
That's rare. That's awesome, dude.
So that is that was pretty. If you're an Art Adams fan, that was pretty rare.
Sean, I wish I was going to NYCC. None of us are going to NYCC on panel, so it's a bummer.
This is another book that this is a book that I know that there are people that want this. So if you don't want this, you could probably throw it to people in the chat and they would want it, because I know people have asked me about it. This is a very, very rare Natalie Sanders cover.
Oh, wow.
See if I can get it in camera there.
I keep on forgetting you had this.
I don't have it anymore.
Yeah, I didn't even know you had this. And I know we talked about this on Long Story Short, probably like one of our early episodes.
Penny for your soul.
Yeah, and it's this was an incentive variant, so this was not like numbered, but it was an incentive variant from 2013. So I think I had that one valued at like 250 or 275. That honestly, there's never been a sale of it in graded. So
yeah, that might be one of the best books you can get.
I mean, it could be way more than that. I have no idea, but like I said, I know there's buyers that would want that for sure. Okay, and that one went to, who'd that go to? Oh, that was David J. Mason, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So that was the second chance.
Yeah, that was the redemption spot.
Yep. Next up is Brains, aka James Kreider, pack number 1. It was a raw book first. And that raw book would be G.I. Joe number 6. This is a Tim Seeley.
Oh, yeah.
Incentive variant.
Tough variant.
This is
Cover Girl.
Yeah, this is about, it's like a $75
Yep.
raw book.
Very rare. Cover Girl with the blonde hair.
And I think you'll like this graded book as well. The other Bruce Timm, the Supergirl Adventures.
Jeez, you know what that means. That's probably another one hiding in there.
So that is going to James Kreider.
Wow. Nice win, Kreider.
I wonder if he has that book. He's like, it's my 5th copy.
Right. All right. So now we've got, that's half of them. All right. Is that half? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's half. All right. Anti-Gravity gets pack number 10. 9. Pack number 10. Start with the raw book. Ultimate X number 1. This is the 1 in 50 Steel Claw variant, which is pretty rare. Like you never see that. It's always the bone claw that you see, but this one's actually the Steel Claw. This is what first, whoever this guy is. I don't remember his name.
Oh, one of the other son, the blonde son or whatever.
Yeah, it's one of the sons or whatever.
One of many Wolverine's children that you can't remember their name.
Now, on this one, you always see the black and white for sale. You never, ever, ever see the color for sale.
Ooh, Gem and the
Wow.
Holograms. Yeah, isn't
The
that
art germ.
yeah?
So you only ever see the black and white for sale. You never see the color for sale.
You know, there was a Gem and the Holograms T-shirt I was trying to get at San Diego, but they sold out. Super 7 had their tour shirt. They made a tour Gem and the Holograms T-shirt.
What?
Yeah, like it had tour dates on the back and everything, and then it was just a Gem and the Holograms front shirt. I was trying to get one so bad, and then they sold out by the last day. I was like, no,
That's hilarious.
or out of my size.
That graded book, I believe, is about a $275 to $300 book by itself. That went to Anti-Gravity. Next is Raw B Nest, pack number 6. Should be right here in the
Someone's
back.
asking how many long boxes do you have in your garage?
I actually don't own any long boxes. All I have is short boxes, but I don't have. I have very few, to be honest. There's maybe 30 or 40. It's not. There's not that many. I just am very particular with what I buy. Pack number 6. Who did I say this was for?
I didn't catch that one.
Yeah,
Raw Venus. Pack number 6. Start with the Raw book. This is Queen Sonia. I'm not sure which number it is. I got it written on the back, but this is a Perio incentive variant. This is about a $50 Raw book.
that's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's pretty cool cover there. And that is going to go with McClay's going to like this one.
I might hate it.
Dynamic Force.
Oh,
One of 49.
unreal.
Oh,
Unreal.
wow.
I can't believe you gave that out, dude. That's got to be the
Dang.
biggest book in there, right?
Yes.
That's a monster, you guys. I think we both had it up on eBay at one point for like $1,500.
Yeah, I figured probably actual value because I think one of the Vampirellas might have sold recently for like I figured probably realistically probably 600 plus.
Yeah.
Yep, 1 of 49. I mean, this says 1 in 50, but so that's a good one. That is who'd that go to? Raw BNS, is that who that went to?
Yeah.
That sounds correct.
All
We've
right.
got a winner.
Let's see here. Next is Ichu, number 11.
Oh man, I was rooting for Darth Bong to get like a third win.
Well, I think there is still another book that is big.
Okay, so it could be a runner-up.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Pack number 11. And there's one that's got a big Raw book as well.
Come on, Spinal Snap comic.
This is the Justice Society of America. The 75th anniversary. This is like a $90 book, Raw. And this is one of my favorite books. Is this Alex Ross 1 in 25?
Oh man.
Virgin Game of Thrones number
so
1.
Good. Is this Wolves?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. This one's so this is like a $200 book in 98. All right. I think there's 3 left. And I want to thank everybody for joining in. Again, this is fun for me, but I know it's fun for you guys too. So Every time you guys participate, it allows me to be able to do it again.
Amen.
Pack number 9, and there will be in the future. I do have some things in the works for the future, so
Some really cool things.
yeah. So we'll get there, and when we get there, you guys will be hopefully impressed by that. Philip Chung, pack number 9.
Oh, Chung-Yi.
Chung,
Let's go.
pack number 9. See what Chung gets. Start with the raw book. Look at that raw book.
Oh, wow. We were just talking about that, I feel like, on the almost 10.
The second print, the harder to find purple second print.
Which is way better than the first print. Black and white.
Probably her best cover.
Yep.
I think.
It's up there.
Yep.
Top 5.
Yep. And this is going with this Warren Lau Black and Gold.
Wow.
Which is really funny because I think I actually bought this off of Philip Chung.
I was gonna say, didn't you buy that for Chung?
That's really funny.
So y'all are just trading books at this point.
So yeah. So all right, two left, and I will say that I know what I've not seen, and both of these graded books are good.
Nice.
One is really big. Cheshire 5 or pack number 5, Cheshire. This one is for Darth Bong, and this one is for Cheshire. Pack number 5.
Oh, you're saving Darth Bong for last.
Let's see what Cheshire's raw book is here. And this is Infamous Iron Man, number 12,
Ooh.
the Dr. Doom.
Fire cover.
Nice.
One of the best Dr. Doom covers.
But I think this is probably just a $20 to $25 book, something like that.
I've still never found one of those in the wild.
Which again, this is a good book here, and this is the Virgin Wonder Woman.
Oh wow.
This is like a $300 book.
Wait, did you buy the set from Chung? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I got both. I think that's where they came from. I can't remember. I think I might have won them in a Raz or something like that. All right, and then last but not least is for, and as it turns out, Darth Bong is going to get.
Oh, are you kidding me?
One of the top 3 books.
How is this guy so lucky?
I don't know. I really don't understand it. And he is going to New York Comic Con next week. So
apparently he's having really good karma. So
man, pack number 3.
That's gonna pay for your trip, and it's
First of all, you get Gwynpool Scotty Young.
badass.
It is a $50 Scotty Young book.
It's one of the best
That's
Scotty
$50.
Youngs.
That's $50 now.
I think it's like 40 or $50, something like that.
That
But
is
this
crazy.
isn't the big book here. This one is the book to have.
Oh wow.
SpongeBob
that is-
number 1.
How much is
Yeah.
that book now?
This is like 400.
Okay. That's very respectable from what it was going like pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
Because I want to say this was a Spec 10 book like a long time ago.
I still think long term this is a book to store away for years.
I would say that Adventure Time. I personally like regular show, but I don't think the crowd is quite there. But something like Gravity Falls, like all that stuff is going to hit nostalgia in like 10 years.
All right. So that was it. That was all 12.
That was
what'd you guys
pretty.
think?
That was pretty awesome, man. You can't beat that. Can't beat that at all, dude. That's Stein packs. That's regular Stein pack magic right there. Wow, man.
I sent out my PSA submission, that big submission. I should probably like pull one of those cards and make a mystery like card pack. I could
It's a
like
good
base it off
idea.
of baseball. Since by the time I get it back, it'll probably be like the end of baseball season, so that might be good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, cool.
Man.
Well, thank you for everybody for watching. Again, thank you for everybody participating. Again, I'm going to I try and get. I don't know if I probably won't get another one in before the end of this year, but we'll have to see, especially with CGC getting hit by a hurricane. I don't know if that's going to slow them up or what, but I've got a bunch of books to send them, but I've held off sending them until I know for sure if they're going to damage all the books.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's smart to wait a little bit to send, because they were closed obviously for the hurricane. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Did they ever actually announce that they had any kind of issue with their inner well too? On top of that,
I feel like they did, that they were going to be addressing it somehow.
People started having problems with magazine interwells now. That's a new thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I imagine it's the same kind of theory, right?
Yeah,
but
probably.
But I noticed that problem with like prestige format books, like the square bound ones. You can feel them moving in like certain cases.
Yeah, that stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to figure that out.
Yeah.
ASAP.
Because that PSA slab, the book did not move like once it's in that case.
Right.
I was impressed. Like
in the PSA comic case.
Yeah, because it could probably survive a hurricane. Okay.
You're terrible, man. Well, this was a House of Stein show for the ages, right here. That's for sure. We had a good list, multiple good lists. We had Mark Spears come hang out and drop some fire information, and we had a Stein pack opening, which you can't beat that shit. So make sure you guys, if you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. If you liked the show, hit the like button. And if you guys really enjoyed it, come hang out with us tomorrow. Modern Comic Mayhem, Beyond Wednesdays, 10 p.m. Eastern. It's a hangout show. I'm going to start posting the StreamYard link in the chat at some point every show, and anybody can come hang out with us on Saturday nights. And then, of course, Sunday, I have a huge Whatnot sale. You can find the link for that below. And in my link tree, go hit that. Some major books for super cheap will be sold during that show. So come hang out for that. And we'll see you guys next Friday right here on House of Stein. Also, Sunday nights, Spec Media by the Dip. Make sure you guys remember that. They changed from Tuesday to Sundays. So that being said, go Mets. We'll see you guys next time. Adios.